Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we, am I? Our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we, am I?
Hello, everybody. Starting today with a little bit of a sad break to kick us off. And I know the live streams at the beginning are always with they're always with the fewest amount of viewers. It's sort of like a Zoom call. It's like, okay, we're just going to wait for everybody to show up. Okay, we're just going to everybody just hold on for 5 minutes, and we're going to wait for everybody to show up. But I do want to say a big shout out to John Garrett and his family. Now, I didn't have a lot of interaction with John. I had no interaction with John. I know that producer Hayden did. And producer Hayden said he was genuinely one of the most genuine people he ever talked to. And obviously limited in terms of like Hayden lives here. John did all the play-by-play in Vancouver. Sorry, not play-by-play. He did color analysis, and he did it for years. He also played for the Canucks. First-class person. They're paying tribute to him now on Sportsnet, and he called Game 3 earlier this week. So this was a surprise. So I do want to say on behalf of SDPN, and we'll do this again on the podcast tomorrow. Just want to wish him and his family the absolute best. Send our condolences to John Garrett. And I hope if you are affected by this directly or indirectly, if he was a voice that you can remember, that you grew up with, that sort of thing, I hope you're doing all right tonight. Now, unfortunately, when you do stuff like this, you then also have to pivot to, we got a game. And we've got an enormously important game to talk about. And it seems trivial when based on how I just started this off. But we're looking at a situation here where the two-time Stanley Cup finalists are potentially going to win just one more game than the two-time Stanley Cup champions this year in terms of postseason play. Oilers probably won some more games than the Panthers in the regular season, but not that many. Let's be honest. The Oilers did not have a great regular season. The Oilers were in a very weak division. Nobody had a great regular season. I guess you could say the Ducks did based on the expectations. But the Edmonton Oilers are on the brink of elimination tonight. It's a very interesting spot they find themselves in. And today I was watching Chris Johnston, just watching his Twitter, just waiting for him to tweet. I just sit there and I just click refresh. When's CJ tweeting? And when he did, he tweeted that Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid were not practicing today. Now, they are in warm-up. They are playing. But Connor, Leon, Jason Dickinson, Adam Henrique were the four centers that the Oilers came into this series with, and all of them are injured. I don't know if Henrique is even back tonight. We're still not 100% sure on there. I think it's going to be Szymanski again at center. But, Henrique took just a weird fall in game one. Fell on his knee, skated off. I thought, it was such a direct, it wasn't like a twisted knee. It was like a fall to the ice, hit your knee hard. I kind of thought, man, that can't be that bad, right? It's got to be like a deep bruise or something. I guess it's more than that. Dickinson's been fighting an injury for a few weeks. Draisaitl, as you guys know, has been fighting an injury for a couple of months. And I think Connor McDavid came into this series injured, but I think it made it worse when Matthias Ekholm fell on his leg. So it's a fascinating spot we find ourselves in. And Connor McDavid is pretty much a stud. He's third most points in NHL history when facing elimination. Connor McDavid. Isn't that crazy? Third most points in NHL history when facing elimination. We know the Oilers have faced elimination in their time. They've been on the brink many, many, many times. And if they were completely healthy, you'd be like, hey, no big deal. We can handle this. But the injuries and the amount of play that the Oilers have had the last couple of years. I kept saying on the podcast, the Panthers had played an equivalent of 4 seasons over 3. And what I mean by that is they played something like 62 to 65 games in the playoffs the last 3 years. Remember, they went to the finals 3 straight years. Edmonton got to the second round 3 years ago, and then went to 2 straight finals appearances. So they're somewhere in the 50-game range. So look at this as though they have played 3.5 seasons over 3. And, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but you look at what happened to older teams this year who didn't get their rest during the week because of the compressed schedule. You look at teams like Toronto Maple Leafs, old team, busted up pretty darn quick and unable to keep older guys in the lineup. And Edmonton's not old, but they are looking a little bit weary. And I wonder if tonight's the night. Is this series over tonight? Can the Ducks walk into Edmonton and do the thing that basically nobody predicted they could do? Now, Maddie from our office, producer Maddie, she picked them. But when you're thinking about the stakes here, they're enormous. What are the ramifications for the Edmonton Oilers if they don't go? Because you got TikTok, Connor McDavid's contract, you got 2 more seasons. He signed at a discount. He should be making like Kaprizov money, $17, $18 million. Kind of an issue, right? Kind of a thing. Kind of something that you gotta keep an eye on. Does Stan Bowman survive this? Does Chris Knoblauch survive this? In fact, I should have gone in opposite orders. I think a lot of Oilers fans would say Chris Knoblauch does not survive this, and he's been to 2 straight finals. Stan Bowman, he went to the finals last year. The year before he wasn't there. Does that mean he's gone? That would be weird. That would be wild. Sedin Magic 15. I'm old enough to remember John Garrett calling regional Canucks games with Jim Hewson, and that was my childhood. He will always be the voice of the Canucks and one of my favorite broadcasters. Rest in peace, Cheech. That's awesome. I love that. There is nothing like your seasoned broadcaster that's just got a ton of character. And it's funny. Guys like John Garrett, I look at Joe Bowen here in Toronto, just retired, and like, could you go on the air and seriously be like Joe Bowen now? Maybe not. We kind of like to drum the personality out of people these days. It's weird. At least in radio and television we do. And those guys were so unique and their styles were so key to their home market, their home city. And the fans love them for it because of that uniqueness. And I just wonder, can the next generation get that? And I'm sure when those guys were young men and they took over for the previous guy, they were probably like, oh man, I got big shoes to fill. This guy's been here for 20 years. So anyway, it's going to be very, very interesting. Tonight's game is going to be incredible. We're going to have an unbelievable pushback from the Oilers. I expect that. And the Oilers, honestly, like, nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wanted to hear it after last game. But I said it on the stream. I thought the Oilers deserved to win, and it wasn't because that goal. Nobody thinks that goal in overtime shouldn't have counted. That was a goal. I called it off the top. You called it in the chat. That was a goal. It's a goal. It's a goal. It's a goal. Did the ref kind of screw up along the way? Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you that. But that was a goal. The way that Edmonton played, though, reflected in the scoring. Tristan Jarry wasn't tested all that much. They only let 3 goals in. I mean, that's not bad considering, the 20 goals they allowed in the first 3 games. So I think, or 15 goals or whatever. Was it 16? Something like that. It's a crazy high number. Connor Ingram's back in net. I think he's been really, really good. I just think he's been completely hung out to dry by the Oilers. And you know what? The Oilers play that kind of style. They play a high-scoring, high-risk style. Okay, fine. Do we really think the Oilers go down tonight? I think we're going to see serious pushback, and I do think the Oilers figured something out about the Ducks last game. The key tonight is, are they going to be able to reapply that, or does Joe Quenneville, widely acknowledged as one of the best coaches ever, go, okay, they got us there, but I got a few other things. Remember, Edmonton's got last change. They got home ice advantage. They got the fans. So this is going to be fun. Rusty Mitchell says, I'm wearing my Spark Trivia Fanatics Oilers sweater because it might be my last opportunity to do so. Well, I'm glad you won it. That's amazing. Hey, Hayden, I think it's a good time to bring up what we're giving away tonight. Because if you click in the link right now, we got a Boston Bruins sweater. And it's next to my head right now. Do you see my head? And do you see the Boston Bruins? It's right there. Can you see it? Yeah. There it is. It's pretty sexy, right? Listen, it might be your last opportunity to wear something Boston because, listen, I think they're still tied, but that is a damn close game right now. That's a real close game. Yeah, still 1-1. End of regulation. They're going to overtime. So we're going to know by the time somebody wins that sweater or that long sleeve shirt if the Bruins are in or not. I got to say, the Bruins roster, if you just pasted that into like NHL 2026, people would be like, well, what is this? But they play a good system. And listen, Buffalo's the better team, and they're going to win this series, I think. But still, you know what I mean? Denise Campbell, woohoo, for a new TV. Denise, big spender with the new TV. What do we get? How big is it? Size does matter. Don't let them tell you it doesn't. Size matters. By the way, the Minnesota Wild, thanks to Matt Boldy, who's just having an unbelievable series, just scored. They scored in the second period. I'm wrong. But the Minnesota Wild had a goal disallowed. It could have been 3-1, but the Wild are outplaying, outshooting, outscoring the Stars right now. 25-12 are the shots. Producer Hayden's feeling pretty good in my ear. I could tell by the tenor of his voice that he was in a good spot. We just got to hope and pray that it remains that way because this stream depends on it. Okay? I'm just saying. Yoakum says, at least you're leading Let's Go Minnesota. I mean, Boo, you will definitely lose, Minnesota. Wink, wink. uh, uh, Sydney says, hello, Adam from Slovakia. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I love your streams and SDPN's content. Go Ducks. All right, Sydney, thank you for watching. I'm always curious about people from other countries and how you find us. How do you get us? Velvet says, cheering for the Wild, even though I picked the Stars in my bracket. I picked the Wild in my bracket because if I hadn't, producer Hayden would have come to my house and he would have been armed, I think. I did it for him, but I did think it was going to go 7 games. It still could. Steve Dangle, by the way, will be in tomorrow night for the Montreal Tampa series, which has just been an absolute classic. And Jesse Blake just completed the Blue Jays stream. I actually didn't. I always take the spring off of baseball. How did the Jays do? Do we know? How did it go? Did the Jays win? They won. Hey, they got a win for Jesse. Finally. That's nice. Poor guy. He's been like, oh, Michael McCarron just scored unassisted for the Minnesota Wild. I think the second round pick was worth it. Kids. Mini goal. I guess, did Trey Savage pitch today? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry I missed that. I was kind of taking a nap because I've got a bit of a crazy day tomorrow. Can I run you through this? So I got to this is crazy. I got to do this stream until 1 a.m. here, assuming it only ends at 1 a.m. It could go to overtime. We never know. Then I got to be back in here for 8 a.m. to do Nailing the Apex. Then at 9, we're doing the Steve Nangle podcast. Then at 11, we're doing SDP VIP. And then at noon, I've got a super secret, super high profile interview with Alan Walsh. And our guest is super secret, super high profile. And you're going to be blown away that right now in the midst of the playoffs, we got him. But we got him. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's a big one. Guesses are welcome, but I'm still not going to tell you. Oh, is Jesse still streaming? Okay, that's good. Meme Empress. This has reinfected my For You pages. So since you're a history nerd, Hetalia dub pretty good. It's world history satire, emphasis on satire. I will check it out. It is not Gary Bettman, everybody. It is not Gary Bettman. Greg says, I feel you, Adam. I'm going to stay up and watch this game, and then I'm going to be at Indianapolis 500 practice tomorrow first thing. That's sick. Tim would love to talk to you. I can tell you that. By the way, did you guys see the NHL player safety thing today? Ridley Gregg is going to be suspended by NHL player safety, but he's not having his hearing until Monday, May 4th for some reason. Did you guys see that? Why is that? You think Paris is on vacation? Hayden thinks he's on vacation. I think he's scared. I think he's scared of what to do. But yeah, yeah. I think that's weird, man. I think you can suspend him. But what's going to be great is that next season, when the Sens start, he's not going to be able to play. And I'm down. Oh, did Jesse send some people over? Ian Ball, Migration Nation from Jesse's stream. Let's go. Okay. They just finished singing the national anthem, and we are off to the races. Game 5. Ducks up 3-1. There's Lucas Dostal, who's looked amazing in this series. I mean, his numbers are not sparkling, but it's the Edmonton Oilers. They score a lot of goals. Sedin Magic 15. I think some double espresso is in your future. I think so too. Unfortunately, I'm out, so I'm just going to have to stick to my Melozio. Connor Ingram's back in a 470 goals against average and an 849 save percentage, which is awful on paper. But let me tell you something. This guy's been a very good goalie. Granlund wins the opening faceoff, and we are underway in Edmonton. We're going to see if the Ducks can take the crowd out of it early the way that the Oilers did. It didn't help them in the end, ultimately, but it did help them kind of throughout the game. Kasperi Kapanen scored 18 seconds in by, right now, Kasperi Kapanen had already scored last game. Interestingly, Jackson Lacombe is, Hayden, am I wrong? Jackson Lacombe's leading the playoffs in points. Am I right on that? Leads the entire playoffs in points with 8. He's been an absolute monster. What was the other stat you told me right before we started? Because it was a good one. It was a Ducks one. Who leads the Ducks in hits, right? So weirdly enough, the guy that leads the Ducks in hits is Cutter Gauthier. I would have picked like Viel or even Beckett Seneca, who's just mixing it up all the time, but it is number 61, Cutter Gauthier. Okay. I'm just going to tweet this thing out too because I think people need to know it. You can hear the Oiler fans already. They're loud. They know they got to support all night. This is one of those nights where you gotta bring it as a fan. And I say that as a fan of a Toronto Maple Leafs team that we're not all that great sometimes of chanting for. Hayden's asked me, how ugly is it going to get in Edmonton if they start losing badly? I don't know. Like, is it going to get bad? I don't think, first off, I don't think they're going to lose badly. Like, look, every lead in this series it is unsafe. We know this, right? We've seen multiple two-goal leads erased, and it never gets to be much more than 2 goals. I don't even think it has been more than 2 goals between these two teams because they both score so much. So I don't know. I don't think that the Oilers are getting down, but I guess if they did, maybe it would just be depressed. But Oilers fans, listen, you've had it pretty good. They have gone to the finals the last 2 years. No cup, but you could almost look at it as a positive if they do go down. You go, well, they're going to have a long summer. Everybody gets back healthy. Got to get management to go to work. Curtis Lazar just wins the face-off there. This is the 4th line for the Ducks and the Oilers. Connor Murphy to Darnell Nurse. And in like every playoff before, every Oiler fan is like, we need to get rid of Darnell Nurse. And yet they've had extreme success with him, even if his numbers aren't sparkling and perhaps his contract is a tad expensive. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. Franco says, what's the free agent class looking like? Bad. Not a great free agent class. There's no game breakers in the free agent class. This is where you need great pro scouting. You need to find value guys that do a great job for you. You need to find your Tim Washies, who was signed out of college like a year ago and is now a great. Oh, we got a goal! The Oilers scored quick. It's Vasily Podkolzin, the second line from hell. Man, this is the first shot of the game again. The Oilers scored on the first shot of the game last game too for Game 4, and Vasily Podkolzin, who's just having a banner series for the Edmonton Oilers, scores again. This second line, by the way, Podkolzin, Kapanen, and Draisaitl's been spectacular. I believe Hyman is still on the ice for this. He might even factor in setting this up, but what a shot. I don't know how Dostal doesn't get that. Maybe Podkolzin just takes advantage of the fact that he is down early. And that's that's like a knuckle puck right to the top corner. Very nice. Very nice. Podkolzin leads the Oilers in hits, by the way. What great found money. If you're a Canucks fan, you're like, man, where the heck was that? Shot. Ooh, Podkolzin just had a sneaky little backhand that hit the side of the net. Tried to do the same thing again. Now, he's not out there with Leon Draisaitl right now, but the way the lineup card was listed, it is Podkolzin, Draisaitl, Kapanen. So we're going to see that line together. I think they've been the most effective for the Oilers in this series. It's just been it's just been one of those things. Now here comes Leon breaking out. They know this is a big game, and these guys are not afraid. That's the one thing with the Oilers. You cannot rattle them. They're just not, and you might beat them, but you're not going to rattle them. Draisaitl cutting across. He's got McDavid down low. Shot in. Kapanen in front of the net. Trying to get the rebound, and he almost bats it out of thin air. McDavid giving chase as Pavel Mintyukov tries to get the puck out. Draisaitl with the steal. Tries to get it to McDavid. It's a bouncing puck. McDavid with 2 ducks on him, and out they come. Gauthier with Carlson. Across to Trouba. Shot! Wide open net. Troy Terry cannot get his stick on a bouncing puck, and we got a great start here at Edmonton. Let's go. Draisaitl across again, extra long shift for him and McDavid. He gives it to Connor Murphy, who scored his first playoff goal earlier in this series in Game 3 VL, bringing the puck down for this very effective 4th line at Ian Moore. Holds the puck. Looked like he was going to shoot there, did the smart thing, hung on to it. Now pushed along the boards. Washy with him. Connor Murphy. Nurse and VL fighting for it. McDavid is still out there digging in his own corners. You're just not going to keep him off the ice. He's playing 30 minutes tonight, I think, guys. I think that's just what it's going to be. This is an excellent start to this game. Had a goal on one side, had a insane almost goal on the other side. Troy Terry couldn't score. And a great lead pass for Colton Dock, not able to get his stick on it. And we got a little pushing after the thing is there hasn't been a ton of, there's been some hate in this series. It's not been Montreal, Tampa level, but there's been some hate. You're starting to see it build. Tonight, I think we're going to get some. Hayden saying if there's any teams on the collision court that hate each other in the second round. I don't know. How's Colorado, Minnesota? I know Colorado, Dallas hate each other. How's the Colorado, Minnesota? So I believe Boston thought they scored, but I believe it might have been called back. That's what I'm hearing. So I will check on that. But overtime is no goal. Okay. So Boston and the Sabres are continuing on. Wylde up 3-1, as Hayden is thrilled about. Michael McCarron from Trenton. Trenton got a point. Good for him. I thought he was just there to batter bodies. And then Vlad Tarasenko. Mary Walt says the fourth win is always the hardest to get. The Young Ducks might be getting tight, as in a little worried, maybe squeezing that stick a little too much. Big win by Nuge in the offensive zone. Out front. Oh, there was a big rebound, almost taken advantage of by Podkolzin, who's already got a goal in this game. 15 minutes exactly to go in the first period. It's been a very exciting first 5 minutes. Nugent Hopkins got his 60th career playoff assist tonight. Wow. I can remember when that guy was drafted. Holy moly. Just constant reminders that I'm old. 38. I'm not old, but you know what I mean? My big save by Dostal, and that goes into the crowd. I had dinner with my mom on Saturday. My wife turned 40 a couple weeks ago. I'm 38. And yeah, I know. It's like in high school dating a woman two grades up. Come on, we went to the same high school too. We just didn't know each other. Yeah, no big deal. But anyway, she said, "Don't forget, you guys are so young." And we both looked at each other and we're like, "I just don't feel it right now. I don't feel it." But my mom is like, on the verge of stepping away, or she's calling it stepping away. I guess you could call it retiring, but I don't know. I don't know what she's going to do. She's a couple months away here from wrapping up at Chum FM, and I think it's going to be, she's like, you guys just have so much time. And you know what? You think about it, she's right. Like, I'm still like 30 years before I hit her age. So there's a lot to do. SLS 98, I'll get to your super chat. Shot by Ekholm. In! Big rebound by Roslovic, but Dostal is able to make that save. He's been solid to start. Killorn carrying the puck in, dumping it in. And Gauthier dropping another hit on, no, that's not Gauthier. That's Granlund. That's 64. Shot from the point, turned aside by Connor Ingram, who's going to have to be special tonight. He has won his first playoff game in this series. He's only got the one, but he got it. No one will ever take that away from him. And if the Oilers play the hockey that we know they're capable of playing tonight, he'll get another. I don't know. Does this series feel like it's going to end tonight to you guys? It doesn't feel like that to me. Oh, do we have a high stick? Yeah, I think McDavid might have played it with a high stick. SLS 98. Sorry to bring this up, Adam, but if it's Shaka for the GM job and they keep Arube, I'm not spending $1 on the Leafs next season. I'm tired of this shit. Well, I don't think anybody should spend $1 until the Leafs start winning again. Apparently, Matthews and Nylander had chats with Leafs management after they did their exit interviews, and both of them said, "Listen, I believe in this team. I believe in the guys that we have here. I want to stay, but we need at least 2 puck-moving defensemen, true puck-moving defensemen, and we need at least 1 top six winger, probably 2. I think they need a top 6 center, and then you move Tavares to the wing. That's what I think they need. But yeah, they need some dogs. And I think that I don't know many teams that can get that wish list done in a season or even a summer. Are you kidding? That's difficult, man. Giggling Cat, 99-cent drop just saying poo because the Oilers are up 1-0. Franco Molly says, Adam, have your 30s or your 20s been better? I would say 30s have been much 30s have been much tougher. Much tougher, a lot more learning. But I have a lot more purpose in my 30s than I did in my 20s. And I've always been a pretty driven guy. But I think in my 20s, I worked really hard and ignored finding out who I am. And in my 30s, I've had to do a lot more of that because, you become a dad and you go through, a couple of marriages in my case. You gotta learn a little bit about yourself. Therapy helps too. Life experience helps. I'd say my 30s have been tougher. I think that they've been better. And I think because learning is hard. They don't call it growing pains for nothing. But yeah, they've been tough. They've been tough, but also spectacular. Hayden says he's getting close to his 30s. He's 29 in August. I hate him. Just hate him. Actually, I don't. You know what? I wouldn't go back to my 20s. I had a great time in my 20s. I had a really great time. I was blessed. Had great jobs, amazing memories, that sort of thing. But you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm ready for my 40s. Jesse's always said that I will peak in my 50s and 60s. He's like, you're just one of those people. That's when you're going to be prime Adam is in your 60s. I'm like, okay, that's great for me. Ashkova. So are the Pens actually going to do this? Man, the Pens look good, don't they? Look home with the shot. And that's moved wide. I watched that whole game yesterday. That stingy Flyers defense starting to crack a little bit. And that's the thing, man. Betting against Sidney Crosby, bad idea. That's why I didn't. In my Spark bracket, you'll notice your boy Adam picked the Penguins. But the Flyers sure are a lot of fun. Hayden says, is Crosby a Hall of Famer if they make this comeback? That's a good question. I think it's up for debate. Is Crosby a Hall of Famer? I don't know. I don't know if he's earned it yet. I don't even know if he goes to the Raptors in Pittsburgh. Like, do they retire the number? I don't know. It's going to be close. That's for sure. 12:07 left in the first. Shots are 5-1 Edmonton. Edmonton has come out and said, we are not losing this game. The Ducks have not quite responded yet. They had one great scoring opportunity in the first 5 minutes, and that's been about it. Getting a little bit outskated, a little bit out physicaled. And this is what the Oilers can do to them. We've seen this happen a couple of times. It happened in the first period last game where the Oilers had 2 goals in that first, one early, one late. Ducks tied it up in the second. The Oilers' second period has just not been that great all series. That's just truth. They're going to have to clean that up, and it's a goal! And I think it's going to be Zach Hyman with his first goal. That one just kind of dribbled through. If that was on NHL 2026, that would be like just an error. Like a straight up, my goalie controller died. It sneaks through the pad. Zach Hyman, I think, touches it. He's sure celebrating like he touched it, but it barely got through. So let's look at this. Dostal stops the puck behind the net. Fires it to nobody. So he's got a perfectly good, oh, wow. That's on Dostal. So Hyman scares him a little bit because Hyman forechecks, cuts off what Dostal thinks is the passing lane. Dostal tries to get it to Killorn and then misses at the blue line. And then Hyman is able to use his body and just physically tap that thing so it goes in. We got a false start. 2-0 lead, 6-1 are the shots in favor of Edmonton. Giggling Cat dropping a 149 super chat saying bad banana peel. Is that your bad banana? Hayden said, listen, and he makes a good point. They were up first period 2-0 in game 4. This doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Brandon says, awesome thing happened tonight. Mike cut out here in Buffalo during O Canada. Yes, you heard me right. The entire crowd sang it together. Absolute chills. I saw the clip. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. And you know what I love too? The Barstool guys just bitching about the fact that they sing the Canadian national anthem in Buffalo. It's like, guys, listen. I know you come in for the playoffs. I'm not talking about the Chicklets guys. I know you just come in for the playoffs. They've been doing that for years, man. You know why? Because it's the city of good neighbors. They're all super kind down there. I had a car break down in Buffalo, and 3 or 4 people stopped by the highway to help me out. It was amazing. They're great people. They're great people. Oh, Boston wins the game. It's David Pastrnak. Hayden, if you can, when you get the chance, let me know how that goal went in. David Pastrnak has kept the Bruins alive. Oh, that's heartbreaking for Buffalo. Shot on Dostal. Not dangerous, but a couple of rebounds off of it, and the Oilers are still pressing the Ducks. Hailing, who scored the overtime winner in Game 4 with the puck, given back to John Carlson. Edmonton they are completely dominating the neutral zone. Watch what the Ducks are going to do here. So you've got Minchikov that wasn't Minchikov. That's to Carlson. Leo Carlson bringing the puck in. You're going to need this top line for Anaheim to really start to take advantage. And what's happening here is the Oilers are, big save and another rebound by Dostal. The Oilers are clogging up the neutral zone. Even when the Ducks gain the offensive zone, they're still not able to really do anything with it. This is exactly the game plan from the first period and actually most of the third period last game. And man, they've done a incredible job executing this game plan. What's that, Hayden? So Pastrnak with the breakaway goal, and down, there we go! The Oilers have scored again. It's that second line. This time, Leon Draisaitl tipping in, I think, a shot from Evan Bouchard. And it's 3-0, 10 minutes into the game. The Edmonton Oilers will not go quietly, and Leon Draisaitl, I saw him turn his head. I think he was chirping the Anaheim bench. Guys, look at this. Look at this. The Oilers are not afraid. Ville Husso is coming in. Hold on. Ville Husso is coming in the game. Lucas Dostal, who's been phenomenal, who's been the best goalie this series, is out. 10 minutes into the game. So this all starts with Kapanen and McDavid fighting for the puck. Draisaitl down to McDavid, back to Draisaitl, but it gets tipped out to the front. Oh, what a beautiful slap pass by Evan Bouchard. Broken play, but Evan Bouchard's able to make something of it, and an amazing tip in by Leon. Wow. Dostal walking down the hallway. He's pissed. This is just unbelievable hockey. Ian Ball, the Edmund train. Choo-choo. It's a good point. It is the Edmund train. Whew. Holy. Hayden has been going on about in my ear all series long about the fact that Dallas cannot score 5-on-5. Their goal to make it 3-2 just a few minutes ago was 4-on-4. It's either power plays or 4-on-4. Oh, big hit. Here we go. And I think Moore might have just taken a penalty, or is Kapanen going to get something back here? Vale's trying to go after Emberson just to get Emberson to bite on something. He can't do it. So Viel had a big hit, but it's Moore that's going. This fourth line has been spectacular. And what did he do? Oh, okay. So he got his stick in between Lazar's knees, which magnetically just came together at the right time. Listen, I'm not saying it was a sales pitch. I'm just saying he's clearly got magnets in his knees. It's probably for strength training or something. Our Bruce, Game 6 in Boston. Hey, listen, be afraid. Be very afraid. Boston ain't an easy place to win. The Sabres have done it. Sabres have done it twice. But let me tell you about the Boston Bruins. You can beat them early. The question is always, can you beat them late? There's an identity to this team that has been carried over for like 15 years, since like 2010 or like 20, I guess you could say 2011, but I think it started before that. They just pain. They're pain. 4-2 mini. What happened, Hayden? Hayden just said, for too many, empty netty. It's an empty netty. Who scored it? Kaprizov with the empty netty. That's a $17 million empty netty. The chat is so thrilled for Hayden right now. Look at that. Canadian Girl 83 says, hey, I got to plug in my laptop after 3.5 hours of that Jesse stream. Hey, man, that's great. Listen, and we got to win. The Blue Jays won. And Yasevich is back. Let's go. Woo. Godwin 3D says, smash that like button, Jesse Stream Refugees. That's right. Because Jesse was doing the overtime for Boston and Buffalo. And how many times do you think Jesse Blake has seen the Boston Bruins come back when they've been down in a series against a blue team? It's happened too many times. I'm just saying. Just saying. Okay, now Hayden, what do you think about this? Stewart is saying that the Dallas Minnesota series is called the Who Gets to Lose to Colorado Bowl. Do we have comments, Hayden? And if you do, make sure you hit us up in the chat here, because I think you need to respond to that directly, sir. You can't be taking that. Ryan Poehling, 3-on-1 here for the Ducks, shorthanded. Killorn with him. Shot! And a save by Ingram. Welcoming everybody in from the Jesse stream, because Jesse stuck around and did overtime. You've missed a pretty good start here for the Edmonton Oilers if you're just tuning in. And listen, I don't blame you for watching overtime, but the Oilers have been on fire. Lucas Dostal already pulled. 10 minutes into the game, it's 3-0, and they go, you know what, Lucas, you're coming out. It's Ville Husso in net for the Ducks. He's got that really cool Ducks mask. And immediately after the goal, the Ducks took a penalty. It's not going well for them. The Oilers are forcing them to make mistakes. This is where a veteran team really matters, right? This is where real playoff experience, like it does. Like, we've seen the Oilers do this time and time and time again. They are not rattled ever. Ever. Puck is sent out. 45 seconds to go on this power play. 8:12 left in the first period. I'm sure the Ducks just want this to end so they can go and recalibrate, because it's a bit of a long road. Now, Ducks have erased multiple 2-goal leads in this series. They've done it. 3-goal lead. I think this is the first 3-goal lead this entire series. Nobody's had one. Can they do it? It's got to feel a little bit like a mountain right now. They got to get through this power play first. Can't let it be 4-0. You can't. Absolutely can't. And the puck is out. Bouchard collects 10 seconds to go on the power play. Shots are now 10-2 Edmonton. Ducks have done a good job on this PK, and they've done a great job on the PK all series. Oilers have a couple of power play goals, but you got to remember, this Edmonton Oilers power play was the best in the league, And the Ducks power play, as a contrast, is over 50% success rate. Pretty amazing. Somebody said the Ducks need the leadership of their captain. I don't know. That's Rich who said that. Rich, I don't know that Ducks fans want the leadership of their captain. We love Radko off the ice, they always tell me. But watching him play now, also I think he's injured. Gauthier to Carlson. Carlson loses that puck again. Ducks gain the zone, but no forecheck, no play to be made. Oilers taking care of the details. Here come the Ducks again. It's Poehling, who just had a very long shift on the PK, gets stripped by Ekholm. Mason McTavish is now out there. He's not played a lot already in this game. Wallman tried to get the puck out. Ducks are able to keep it in. Chris Kreider along the boards. Now getting physical, 6:23. And the Minnesota Wild have won and taken a 3-2 lead in this series. And they are going back. Oh! Colton Dach takes out Ville Husso, and there's no call. Wait, is there a call? There's a call. There must be a call. The ref down low did not call it. Did the ref up high? I think it was an accidental thing by Dach, but it sure looks like a fall. What are they? Seneca. Oh, now we got a penalty. It's Leon Draisaitl. Are they going to call both of these? Oh, they're going to call both of these guys. So Draisaitl and whoever he took down are going. I think is that VL? No, that's not VL. Giggling Cat dropping 5 SDPN memberships. That's Granlund that went down. Oh, Ducks on the one-timer hitting that crossbar. Yeah, Colton Dock absolutely should have been called for that. And then Draisaitl pulls down Granlund. Granlund and Draisaitl go into the box. The Ducks and Oilers are going 4-on-4. I can't believe that Colton Dock thing wasn't called. He got away with one. And you know what? It's game 5. You probably should. Like, we know what the playoff whistle is. Are we going to try to change things, or are we just going to accept life for how it is? I think we accept it. Somebody's asking us what a membership is. Who's asking what a membership is? Well, let me tell you. Steve Dangle Podcast, maybe you're familiar with us. We do 3 episodes every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, usually. Unless there's unless Steve's on a TV show that's national like Canada Reads. So we do these shows, but then we also do a 4th episode. But we do it for our VIP subscribers. And what can happen in this chat when Giggling Cat or somebody else drops SDPN memberships is you can get a 30-day trial to try SDP VIP. The episodes are a little outside of hockey. We do other things, and it's fun. It's like pop culture, that sort of thing. And we've had some of the most fun times on those episodes because they're just deeply unserious. Anybody who's watching this and you see a green name come up, that's somebody that's a VIP member. So they get the extra episodes. So you get a Steve Dangle podcast 4 times weekly rather than just the 3. And there's an extra tier. If you become a monthly subscriber, $6.99 a month. So just the VIP membership, that's $4.99 a month. VIP ad-free subscription is $6.99 a month, and you can get that on Apple, you can get that on Spotify, or you can get that on YouTube, whatever your preferred method is, and you get every episode, and you will never have ads. You just get the content. None of the other stuff, just ad-free. So, lots of people are subscribers, and I saw Heather, the Avs fan, dropping it in. Thank you, Heather, for people to give it a shot. 30-day trial. And by the way, at the end of it, please consider renewing your subscription because, after all, we're a small business. We always use support. Appreciate you all. And by the way, the comment section for VIP ad-free or just VIP is always the greatest. Shot by the Ducks. 4-on-4. This is going to be pond hockey. I hope you guys are ready. John Carlson, 2-on-1. Bouchard. McDavid. Bouchard puts it wide. And here come the Ducks. Get ready for pond hockey, Leo Carlson. Almost offside is Jackson Lacombe, the points leader in this series and in these playoffs. Troy Terry on the high wall to Lacombe. Leo Carlson to Lacombe. Slowing things down here are the Ducks. Lacombe back at the point. He's got Carlson in support. Oilers keeping these guys to the outside. Beckett Seneca makes his move around Nugent Hopkins. He's pushed to the outside by Nurse. Oilers doing a great job keeping the Ducks to the outside. Do not let them get in close. That's where they've been scoring all their goals. Cutter Gauthier breaking in. He's got 3 Oilers on him, and the Oilers are going to make a quick change here as they grab possession. 40 seconds left. Hawks 23 says, playoffs without your team is an absolute blast. Let me tell you something. I agree. I miss the Leafs in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of people learning, like Montreal fans are like, this isn't fun. Last year was so fun. This isn't fun. Yeah, this is the thing about playoffs when you're not playing with house money anymore. They're painful and scary and panic attack inducing. I miss that feeling, but I am having a blast. I'm not going to lie. The Leafs can't hurt me anymore. 4 minutes to go in the first period. 10 shots Edmonton, 2 Anaheim. And a puck goes high and into the crowds, and we're going to get an offensive zone faceoff for the Edmonton Oilers here. Needy says, guys, VIP is actually worth it. I listen to the pod on Spotify, every single one, and I tune into some of the other SDPN things too. Is it worth it? There is extra content away. Oh, guys, is VIP actually worth it? Is it worth it? There's extra content away from SDP with the VIP subscription. There is. You get the extra episode every single week. Guys, is VIP super worth it? You let them know. Oilers win that faceoff draw. We're back to 5-on-5. Out come Draisaitl and Granlund, both important players, I would say, for their respective teams. I'm trying to get all the super chats here, but we're going to have to hang tight. Heather, the Avs fan, you dropped 10 SCPN memberships. I said you only dropped 5. I appreciate you. We love you, Heather. Thank you. Jay Snow says, how much is it? VIP membership, just for the extra episode each week, $4.99 a month. So you get 4 episodes for $5 a month. Or, oh, here we go. Rostam again. He dangled Jackson Lacombe. Dangled Jackson Lacombe. But if you want every episode ad-free, let me just squeak this in. $6.99 a month. So you're paying $7 and you're never hearing an ad. And you get the episodes early. You get them 2 or 3 hours earlier than the rest of the world. That's our value proposition to you. Here we go. Ryan Poehling again. The hero of Monday night's game or of Sunday night's game. It's only Tuesday. 2:42 left in this disaster first period for the Ducks. Miracle, not miracle. I would say thrilling and exciting. And if you're the Oilers, expected first period. Oh, we got a trip there. Husso is just flying around his net right now. Got to regain those posts, my friend. Viderski dropped 1 SDPN membership, so thank you for dropping that. Dylan TV Villain, you just got yourself a VIP membership for 30 days so you can test it out yourself. Wow, this game has just been unbelievable back and forth. If you are dropping supers, don't worry, I'm coming to you. But I got to keep watching. I got to keep both eyes on this game because it's exciting. Sometimes in hockey games, you can sense a lull or whatever. There's been no lull. There is no lull. J-Rock says, VIP distills the best of Adam, Jesse, and Steve. Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you for saying that. Data Wizard 130. Yes, just for Steve's rants on driving, VIP. Yes, he does do that. Viderski says Ducks aways versus Ducks homes. Ducks aways are better. I agree. I think Ducks away jerseys are better. Hayden thinks it's the homes jersey. He loves the orange. I like burnt orange too, by the way. I feel like it's better as an accent. Like, look at the Oilers jersey. They have the same kind of color orange, right? Look how great that looks. I've always liked the Oilers jersey. At least this one. Hayden says, how many teams in the playoffs are playing with house money? Well, I think Utah is. Oh, wow. Big hit in the neutral zone. I think a Duck player went down pretty hard there. Anaheim is playing with house money. Utah is playing with house money. Had the LA Kings, even though they're old, had they gone on a run and surprised Colorado, here comes Leo Carlsson in. Shot! Oh, boy. Connor Ingram had to make a great save. Very tricky backhand by Leo Carlsson. Had LA gone on a run because nobody expected them to, that could have been a house money argument, and nice shot by Cutter Gauthier and another great save by Connor Ingram. Listen, the shots Ingram has faced have not been easy. He's not been many, but he's been sharp. I would say on the eastern side, who's playing with house money? Buffalo Sabres. Montreal are no longer playing with, and Hayden says Philly. I think it's Philly, Buffalo, because nobody expected either of those teams to be there. But if those teams make the playoffs next year, that comes with expectations. I guess you could make the argument about the Penguins too. Can you? Because of Crosby? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they've been there. They've won cups, right? Yeah. Oh. Peter says, Adam is my super chat, and I am sad. Peter, I'm going to get to it. Don't you worry, buddy. Don't you worry. 47 seconds to go in this period. The Ducks probably can't wait to get out of it, to just reset. They've had very strong second periods in this series, every single game. So I have to think that they're going to come out roaring in the second. But Edmonton came out with a game plan, and they have executed it to perfection. Seneca drops for Killorn. Here's a guy that's been there before, Alex Killorn. He's got some experience. He's not afraid. Granlund behind the net. Out front. Can't quite find a Duck stick. He was looking for Killorn, but it just, I think, hit an Oilers stick. Bounced a little wide shot. And Killorn had one with 2 seconds to go, this period is over, and it could not have gone better for the Edmonton Oilers. Unbelievable stuff in Edmonton. 3 goals. They get a well-deserved round of applause from Oiler fans, but this game is far from over. We got 40 minutes of play to go. Now, let me get to everybody. Peter says, who's LA's captain next season? My guess is Doughty. Yeah, I think it's Doughty. I think it has to be. Hayden says, do you think you even name one? Yeah, I think they name it's Doughty. For sure it's Doughty. It has to be Doughty. At least for a couple of years until he retires. And then it'll be somebody new. It's time to take over. Emo Jalapeno, if it goes Ducks versus Vegas, do you root for Marner's happiness because he deserves success? Subjective. Or do you want the Oilers to die? Or do you not want the Oilers to die for nothing? I think for me personally, I don't have a hate on for Mitch Marner. He had every right to go. And actually, Mitch Marner could have just waited for July 1st and signed his contract, but he didn't. The Leafs at least got Nick Waugh out of it, which has now turned into a first-round pick. So I'll take it. I think I would say I would go for the Ducks if the Ducks get through, because obviously if the Oilers get through, I'm going Oilers. But I think the Ducks, they're just young and fun, and that would be fun to see a young team go on a run. And they've been my pick since the beginning of the season to make the playoffs. I didn't even pick them to make the second round or to even get this far. So they've just been too fun to not be cheering for them. Zach C. Maybe a hot take, but Vegas is the worst jerseys in the league. They somehow look a lot cheaper than every other team's. I like Vegas's jerseys. Am I segment? I'm going to take a break. I'll be back with you at the beginning of the second period.
Let's talk about the Canes first. That's because that's where I ended the stream, where it was, what I want to talk immediately after the Sens were eliminated. I didn't think it was necessary to do Sens offseason, Sens what went wrong here talk. It's let's praise the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference for playing their hockey for 4 straight games. And when you look at the 1-8 matchup, this is kind of how you're supposed to take care of business. We talk so much differently about the Avalanche and Kings series, where the Avalanche are just doing what they're supposed to. We should talk about the Canes in the same way. We should run through the regular season every single year. It's just so consistent. And then they get to the playoffs, and these rounds 1 and 2 are always easy for them. And eventually we should start just being like, the Canes are one of these top dogs, and that, okay, we all look down on them because they can't get over that hump of the Eastern Conference Final. But in these first 2 rounds, it shouldn't be a surprise that they were able to win on the shot counter. The low scoring games, none of these games were 7-6, but it never felt that they were out of control. Mm-hmm. I called the 1-0 goal, because it happened in the second period, a dagger for the Sens, because it was. There's no chance that they were coming back from a 1-0 lead, and then they tied it, and then the Canes put up another goal on the board. I was like, yep, that's it. Yeah. The Ottawa Senators never held a lead in this series.
That's correct. First time, I think, since 2009. Oh,
really? Yeah.
That's
insane.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So, the Canes executed their game plan perfectly. And it wasn't like they dominated offensively. They just needed the little amount to get going that they did. And it all started and ended with the Stankoven, Hall, Blake line.
Yep.
That just controlled everything they wanted to for the Senators. Stankoven scored, 3 of the 6 goals they scored all series for the Canes? He's been on everything.
He's been a crazy.
4 or 5. Drew, I don't know what his friend bet.
Mm-hmm.
But before the series, there were insane odds for Stankoven to be the best or the top goal scorer in the series. I want to say it was something stupid like 300 to 1. And Drew's buddy was like, isn't he on the top line of the Hurricanes? And he won $4,500.
Wow.
On Stankoven being the top goal scorer of the series. Let me just look. It's either 4 or 5. 4. He had 4 goals in 4 games, which I don't even know if his buddy would have predicted that. Didn't I talk about how Stankoven's a good playoff performer?
You did.
Well.
You did. I want to say this to all the Canes fans that listen to this show, and there are a lot. I fully copped to the fact that I had Sens in 7. I fully copped to the
You
fact
did?
that I
I don't
doubted.
remember
I'm
that.
pretty sure I did.
Oh, yeah,
have to
I
check
had
my bracket.
Sens. Adam and I had the Sens.
What?
Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought the Sens, because I always like picking a hot hand team.
Yeah.
So I picked Buffalo and Ottawa because they were both hot going into the
Fair.
playoffs. Buffalo seemed to be a good pick. Yeah, hot hand teams can always upset like favorites, right? That's why I was kind of thinking that. And isn't it funny that the Ducks are now on the verge of upsetting the Oilers and they couldn't have been colder going into the playoffs?
No, they couldn't have been.
But yeah, I listen, I've always respected the Canes' talent. But for me, I thought Ottawa had, first off, they have a Kachuk, which is always an Achilles heel for the Hurricanes in the playoffs. Second, they are a more physical team than the Canes are, or at least I expected them to be. I expected them to be an Achilles heel matchup because they would know from watching the Panthers, you got to be physical with them all the time. And if you saw in game 4, when it got physical, it benefited Ottawa. Had Ottawa had a good power play, they would have taken advantage and won the game. And that's the thing. Like every time
3 5-on-3s
yeah. Like I don't know how you like if you don't score, you're not going to win that.
in 4 games. Like that's
in the
a
playoffs.
gift.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
And not only did they not score on those power plays, they looked brutal.
Of all the ways the Sens could have lost this series, I wouldn't have guessed they just didn't score.
Yeah, and so that's why I want to keep Canes for a sec.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because I want to apologize to Canes fans for being a doubting Thomas or a doubting Adam in this particular case.
Did I have the Hurricane?
No, you have
No,
the
you had
Hurricanes.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Adam and I were on Sens. Yeah.
I also think, because the league's gotten bigger and faster. We talked that a little bit earlier in the show. Guy like Logan Stankoven, I'm like, well, there still could be some guys, right? Could you not still find some guys that are 5'8" who can do it?
No,
they can hack it.
It's bigger, faster, but like the best teams just have dogs. Logan Stankoven.
Yeah, Logan Stankoven doesn't play to his size. Like,
No.
that's a guy who's all over the ice and like he's in front of the net when he needs to be. He's going on both ends really, and he's a really great goal scorer. Like they're gonna have no problem winning with Stankoven playing on that second line there. Like they're so good in that forward group because they're deep. The biggest complaint about is they don't have stars. What if we just can roll 4 lines and not be worried about who we're putting out there?
And they win game 4 without Ehlers.
Yeah, and I
I know Sens didn't have Sanderson, but
I think if that game is in the Stanley Cup final, Nick Ehlers is in that lineup.
I think you're probably.
I think it's a little bit of gamesmanship by the front office and Rod Brind'Amour trying to give Ehlers an extra day off, a couple of days off really, heading into the second round, and they knew that they could take care of business without him. And he's such an important piece of their power play, and they were fine.
Yep.
And then you go to their D-core, Jacob Slavin, most underrated player in the NHL because all he does is play great defense. He had a breakaway, and it was Mr. Stonehands Slavin on the breakaway. But it's not his job.
No, it isn't.
His job is like great.
No,
defense.
the stone hands work when you're on defense.
Yeah, and he's so good on D.
There's no player in the league I can think of whose fantasy worth is farther apart from his actual worth.
0 counting stats.
Right.
None. Does he score? No. Does he assist? No. Does he block? Weirdly, no. Does he hit? Weirdly, no. Does he shoot? Also, no. Is he out there half an hour a night? You bet your balls. And
What's he doing?
He's all sorts.
He's in perfect position. And the reason he's allowed to do that is because a guy like Gostisbehere on their third pairing, every time he touches the puck, he's dancing with it at the line.
Yeah.
And they have guys like that who can do that other things. And Jalen Chatfield's got a good little shot there and is able to handle some of that offensive capabilities on his line with Slavin. And then if Adam, you want to take over this, one of the best players in the entire series, Frederick Anderson.
Yeah, I'm gonna still hold my fire on that.
Okay.
I know he made some spectacular saves, and I'm great for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in that Carolina Hurricane system, Connor Ingram starts every game, or Tristan Jarry succeeds and flourishes. And I'm not saying Freddie Anderson wasn't spectacular, but what I am saying is his workload is severely diminished by a spectacular team defense. And he has had to make saves that were spectacular, and I will not take that away. But I've seen Freddie in higher leverage games than that, and I've seen what happens. And so until he does it, I will continue to be like, I've got questions there. But I cannot deny he was spectacular in this series.
The Hurricanes gave up 4 5-on-5 goals all series long. That's in 4 games.
That's not a goalie. That's not team defense.
That's not just on goaltending. Yeah. That is a team as a whole playing cohesively. So I understand where you're coming from, where it's like, you got to win a couple rounds, stay healthy a little, Freddie.
Yeah, don't be a Band-Aid.
I'm going to just jump back on your bandwagon.
I mean, we watched the Hurricanes 6 years ago now. Can't believe it's 6 years ago. Allow 7 shots against a random man.
Yes. Yeah, I think you brought it up last episode, or we were about to bring it up last episode.
Literally, here's Dave.
Yeah.
Straight up, here's Dave.
You can literally bring a man out from under the concourse, sitting on a Zamboni. You can bring him out onto the ice to play hockey, and the team is so good that they're going to win the game.
Wearing Toronto Marlies equipment.
Can we just for a second talk about how defining a moment that was? It was just a couple weeks before COVID really hit for both franchises.
Yes.
The Leafs never recovered from that.
No.
And still haven't.
There's
the
a few
Canes
things they've
have never stopped being that.
No.
That's their brand.
What if we just didn't allow shots?
It's
I
amazing.
think we should try that. I think that'd be really good.
That's a team with a direction.
It'd be really good if we did that. Sorry, I want to justify what I said about Slavin being the master of nothing. So in the NHL Fantasy Stars app, he is ranked 397th.
He's not even you don't even want him on your team. He's useless.
No, so I went to look through my roster and I sold the card.
Oh yeah.
There are several Hurricanes I would put in the lineup ahead of him.
Nobody is buying it off of you too. You
No.
gotta quick sell it.
Yes. For 40 coins. I would rather have the 40 coins instead of the 1,200 that I'm not going to be able to sell them for. In 43 games this season, between regular season and playoffs, 1 goal, 7 assists, 67 shots. Please guess how many hits this man has.
I think you're about to say 9. So
Shit.
You started going.
Yeah, but I could have said 90, and that would still be less than I would have guessed.
Right.
9! He has 9 hits! This is man Nicholas Lidstrom and blocks.
If there was an advanced stats playoff pool, though, he'd be at the top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Somebody should make that.
I'm gonna bet on a violent amount of nothing happening.
You know what? The New York Times makes a ton of their money off their games, right? Like their crosswords and their word games and all that stuff. What Dom Lucian needs to do is he needs to make up the advanced stats playoff pool for the New York Times. You know that would do numbers.
Let's have it.
Yeah.
Oh, it would do numbers, all right. 63 blocks.
That's a great stat.
His counting
63
stats
blocks is crazy.
are like stick checks must be completely through the roof.
Outrageous.
Oh, man. Oh, he got another rub out. Add that to the list. Like his value, his fantasy value, like fantasy is actually a great way to learn about the league. Not about a guy like that.
No. Yeah, if you didn't know anything about hockey, really, but you got into hockey fantasy, you'd think that's one of the worst players alive.
What? Oh, this guy's in the Hurricanes roster? Sorry, he's on Team USA?
First top pairing.
Yeah, what does he do?
Top pairing.
What does he do? Okay, you know how Vinny Desharnais was Seaweed Man? He's nothing man. Da-da-da. And you send him out there when you need so much nothing.
Oh man, I want nothing to happen. Coaches love nothing.
I want
love a nothing.
Love
a nothing.
Him and Rod Brindamore locked eyes and they went,
So much nothing together.
We're going to do oh my God. Just a coach who you can name the Selkie after and this defenseman who just makes sure nothing happens.
How much does Jacob Slavin make in a season?
7.8. Because that's what Carolina pays everybody.
That's a good enough guess. I'll say 7.9. F you.
6.3.
Hey, winner.
For the next 7 seasons.
How do you even...
What?
Wait.
Hold
Sorry.
on. He makes how much less than Nurse?
Here, Maddie, there's something wrong with all the mics. I think Jesse just said 6.3 for 7 seasons.
Jacob Slavin is in year 1 of his 8-year deal where he makes $6.396 million per season.
I've wasted my life.
Okay, so we got stuff to give away, and in honor of the Bruins' overtime win, actually, we'd planned this before we knew that they'd won. We got this beautiful Boston Bruins long sleeve shirt from Fanatics to give to you now. If you click the link in the description right now, enter your name, enter your information in a period's time. So beginning of the third, we're going to draw a name. Could be yours. Actually, I got a message from Sunday Night's winner, Jessica. She was not in the chat when she won. She still won, though. We still had contacted her. She'd fallen asleep. She messaged me. She's like, oh, my God, I'm so excited. I was watching you, and I fell asleep, and I woke up, and you guys were still streaming. But it was like a different stream from a different year. It had just redirected me, which I think is amazing. Cantankerous Games. Adam, talk me through the Flyers angst. I thought Vladar had Mike Layton energy. Oh, Michael Layton. There's a name. Now he's throwing out the Roman Czechmanic vibes. Roman Czechmanic, the chick magnet. Tell me it ain't so. You know what, Cantankerous Games? Here's the deal. Closing out Crosby in 4 or 5 games is really hard. I wouldn't worry until if you're talking game 7. Now I'm worried. But remember, you got 2 games left. You got to win one of them. Don't worry about it yet. Don't worry about it yet. Now, producer Hayden, I don't know if you guys saw this. He said it in the chat. We had some technical issues as we threw to break there. And I guess his cats were playing in the next room because they like to wrestle each other. And they also like to hang out together a lot and look out the windowsill and judge the neighbors. Anyway, they decided tonight would be a great night to unplug the Wi-Fi. Now, Hayden has a backup, which kicked in, which is, less good than his Wi-Fi. I think it was more like, probably LTE or something like that. But it was his cats that almost derailed this entire stream. Can you imagine? But they were having a good time. So, let's not interrupt them. We don't want to stop that. Ember to remember, what do we put in the comments on the Google Sheet? Anything you want, actually. You can put anything you want in the Google Sheet. Yeah. Yeah. Unless it's mean. Don't do mean stuff. That might disqualify you. Say something nice. We got to spread some more love in the world, don't you think? They're showing old stuff from is this Oilers Jets? Wow. Okay. Hanson Lister says, we demand pictures of the cats. Well, I'll tell you this. Whenever a stream ends and whenever at the end of the game, Hayden always puts up mini videos of his cats. So I'm sure there's one coming tonight. You will see cat videos tonight. Don't you worry, kids. We are underway here in Edmonton. Now, can the Ducks come back and do anything? They got a shot right there. Kind of a weak one. Gauthier and I think it was Connor Murphy got kind of tied up behind the net. Shot! Oh, good shot from the point by Leo Carlson. Nobody able to get that rebound, but yeah, hey, there's something. Ducks looking like they're ready to play. Well, Carlson just gave the puck away. That maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. Giggling Cat says, this is cat slander and I am sad. What is cat slander? We're talking about cats and how cool they are. Bouchard with a shot. That goes far. By the way, for anybody just tuning in, if the goaltender in the Duck zone looks a little different, it's because it's not Lucas Dostal. Oh, we got a giveaway. It's Ville Husso. But who cares right now? It's a 2-on-1, and it's broken up by Matthias Ekholm, the veteran. Shot. Hellison had a shot in on Connor Ingram. And there is a glove pass. Oh, Ekholm is down. What happened? I think Vial took a run at him. I don't know what happened behind the play because the camera didn't pick it up. It was that far behind the play, but Vial's going to the box. So he was throwing hits, and then they're gonna show us the 2-on-1. And what a great play by Ekholm to break up the Carlson 2-on-1. And Bouchard got pushed from behind by Bouchard. Vial got pushed from behind by Bouchard, and Vial absolutely crushes Ekholm. Ekholm does not see that coming. And Ekholm kind of took a little bit of time to get up. I hope he's okay. He's on the bench. He looks like he's okay. Listen, Steve always says it, and I think he's right. You got to sell calls sometimes like you got shot. Until that whistle blows, don't get up. You're dead now. Important to note here that the Ducks have done a good job killing Edmonton penalties in this series. I don't believe that the Oilers got a power play goal until game 3. Might even have been game 4. But they still got them. And it still is the league's best regular season power play, and you shouldn't be taking penalties like that if you can avoid it. What was it, 3 for 10? Yeah, so the Oilers are 3 for 10 before the start of this game. They did not have a power play goal in the first. I don't even remember, to be honest with you. Oilers, McDavid in. Oh, what a save by Husso. I was about to say scored, but McDavid found Hyman, and it looks like now Leon Draisaitl is going to go to the box. Leon did get a penalty in the first period, but it was a coincidental minor. Hyman almost scores a goal. Leon Draisaitl takes a penalty, taking a man down behind the bench. I think it was Leon. So look at this great play by McDavid. Hyman just sitting in the perfect spot. Husso gets the pad on it. Was it Draisaitl that it, or was it Hyman that got a? It could be Hyman tripping Minchikov. No, he didn't trip him. It's Draisaitl. So that is the end of the Oilers' power play. We're going to have another 4-on-4 for about a minute 30, and then it'll be a 30-second Ducks power play, assuming they don't score. Wait, so it is Hyman for hooking? Oh, it's a minute 8. Okay. All right. I didn't see the hook. Did you guys see the hook? 1:03 left. 4-on-4. And you have to think the Oilers are just going to rag this thing a little bit, which is what they're doing. Just keep back passing it. Wait for the Ducks to open up. They're the desperate team. Let them come to you. Puck's at the blue line. Connor Murphy collects, brings it back out intentionally. He's got one Duck on him, and that's Cutter Gauthier, but plays it perfectly. Podkolzin. Podkolzin, who, by the way, has a goal tonight already and a spectacular one, almost had a second one just after it. 26 seconds left at 4-on-4, and we are going to get about just a little under a minute of a Ducks power play here. So they're going to try to game the zone, get the offensive zone face-off. Beckett Seneca's all on his own because the Ducks were changing. He's still got the puck, though. Granlund into Seneca. Seneca fires it around the boards. Leo Carlson with it. Drops it for John Carlson. Anaheim being pushed to the side by the Oilers here. This happened in the first 4-on-4 as well. They are now on the power play. I'm not sure the Oilers know that. I'm not sure they care right now. But the Ducks are absolutely on the power play. Kreider to John Carlson's got an empty net. An open shot. Why did I say empty net? That's not what I meant. And a good save by Ingram off the blocker. Puck is now in the corner. 30 seconds to go. John Carlson now at the point. Over to Granlund. Low to Carlson. To John Carlson. On the high. Back down low to Leo Carlson. Low. Back to John Carlson. High. Shot! And a great save by Connor Ingram's left pad. And I think that might have been, I'm trying to figure out who that was. It was either Granlund or Gauthier. I believe there was a 6 on that jersey. Sometimes on TV, I'm sure it's easier if you're in the arena, but on like when you're watching on TV, sometimes it's hard to see. Troy Terry makes the jump into the zone, but Carlson's just a step too fast, and we're back to even strength. Anaheim getting close to tying up the shots here. A much better start for them in the second period, but it's not been enough. Haven't scored. Need to make that happen. Jeff said, wait, how did Hyman get the penalty? I still don't know how Hyman got that penalty. I still don't know how that was a Hyman penalty. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Oilers doing a great job winning faceoffs tonight. 5. One of the things that I think they've struggled with are key faceoffs in this series. I'm not saying that the faceoffs have been outrageously tilted in the Ducks' favor, but they have had some injuries, the Oilers have. And so you have a situation where the Ducks have full-time centerman versus a guy for you that might take the odd face-off, but is not, well, big hit by the Hyundai sign. Trouba with a big shot. That's saved by Ingram. Ducks getting their shots, but not their rebounds, and they've scored a lot of goals in close. VL back on the ice. He's got Wallman's arm around him. Isn't that nice? Just being friendly. Okay, so Alex says, Adam, I'm not sure how much I can stay up, but I'm loving your speaking voice. You know what, Alex? I appreciate you. You stay up as long as you can, and then you get to bed. All right? And just know, when you watch the Steve Dangle podcast tomorrow, I'm going to be a very tired boy. It's just a lot of stuff happening tomorrow morning. Perfect for me coming off a stream at 1 a.m. Big save. Ingram, whoa. Almost had a perfect opportunity for Killorn to shovel one past his glove, but Ingram saw it. It was off the shot of Lacombe, and a big face-off win there by Granlund. Outstanding shot. Oh, Ingram sharp tonight, guys. He's got it tonight. Can the Ducks find him? Solve him, excuse me. They can find him. Can they solve him? Granlund again wins another big face-off. Left for Lacombe. Lacombe cuts back to Seneca at the point, covering off. Seneca makes a great move through two Oilers. Passes to Killorn. Shot, and that's blocked by an Oiler defense. Great play, and now we got a potential breakaway. It's Zach Hyman away. He had Trouba beat, but the puck beat them both to the corner. Now they're fighting behind the net. It's Lacombe versus Podkolzin. Granlund and Hyman fighting for it. Nuge back to the Oiler point. Murphy to Nurse. Nurse floats one in. It goes off a knee. And it's Granlund carrying the puck out. He gets knocked down from behind and gets a couple cross checks from Nugent Hopkins just for funsies. John Carlson collects it in his own zone, flips it to center, but that's immediately caught up by Kasperi Kapanen, who's been very dangerous for the Oilers this series. This whole second line has been spectacular. I keep talking about it. Podkolzin, Draisaitl, Kapanen, they're making things happen for the Oilers. And the Ducks come in, again offside. That's a couple of key offsides for them. Bouncing puck that time. The first time, though, I think Troy Terry took one too many steps to the outside, and Leo Carlsson got frozen. Look at this move by Seneca. Splits two Oilers, finds Killorn, but Nurse with a great block. Seneca's a force, man. He's a problem. He's going to be a problem in the NHL a long, long time. Madison DeVito says, thanks, Adam and the rest of SDPN, for helping me get through my first year of grad school. Congratulations on your first year. Good for you. I'm sure that was not easy. Oh, here we go. Lacombe with the puck again. I think he's going to play like 30 minutes tonight. We're going to see a lot of 97. We're going to see a lot of 29. I think we're going to see a lot of number 2. Not that kind of number 2, like good number 2. Lacombe number 2. It's an unfortunate number he's picked. Troy Terry. Oh, Terry beats it. Oh, Troy Terry should have shot. Connor Murphy breaks it up. He makes a great move through the Oiler defense. And Troy Terry, with an open shot at the net, tried to make a pass. But Connor Murphy got back, put his stick down, broke up the pass, and I think exhausted himself doing it. He was racing back. Meckman says, Adam, what's your morning routine after one of these late games? Extra coffee? Oh, man. Honestly, just not thinking about it. Not thinking about it. If I think about the fact that I'm tired, I will fall asleep. It's going to be a long, long day tomorrow, but it's going to be content. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm a lucky man. I get to do some pretty cool stuff for a living. So I'm not here to complain. It's just going to be a messed up schedule. You guys can laugh at me because my takes are going to be awful tomorrow on the SDP. Not that they're any great normally, but you know. Puck bounces out. Oilers recollect. Back into the Ducks zone. Minchikov. Over to Trouba. Trouba's got a man all over him. The Oilers are just forechecking hard. You got to give them credit, too. They don't sit back when they're trying to defend a lead. They are all over your shit. Hayden Phelan, how do we get Scotiabank Arena as loud as Rogers Arena? I don't know. Put a winning team on the ice first. We'll talk about that later. Like, that's the thing with the Leafs, right? Like, people are like, oh, why are they so quiet in the playoffs? It's not just that there are a lot of corporate seats. It's PTSD, man. That team has never, ever given you a reason to believe. Why do you think Oiler fans are, oh, wow, the linesman just got lit up. That had to hurt. This is a fast game. Colton Dach. Yeah, I think the Toronto Maple Leafs need to put a team on the ice that people can believe in. At least Oiler fans can believe in their team. They've seen them do it. Leaf fans have not. Tex says, "What's your morning routine?" Adam's morning routine is take a number 2 and drive his F-150. That's not entirely wrong. Emo Jalapeno, oops, all sport. I don't know what you mean. I'm not really sure. Cantankerous Games asked earlier, do we know what happened to Dostal? I think that he was pulled in the first 10 minutes after allowing 3 goals and I think 10 shots. But I got to be honest with you, they weren't really his fault. I think it was Joe Quenneville sending a message to his guys going, guys, you're hanging the goalie out to dry. We're gonna zap you. We're gonna pull Dostal from this game because if you're not gonna play in front of him, why is he gonna continue to get it lit up like this? And you know what? Coaches do that. It's not always because the goalie's having a bad game. Sometimes it's just straight up, my team sucks, and I'm just bringing up my my chair there. Here we go. I think that's probably what he was doing, just to kind of shock the team a little bit. But you know, like it's an imperfect thing if you're a coach. Like, what do you? Dostal's been easily the best goalie in the series, and I don't know. I think it's a bummer he's not still in the game. I'm sure he's kind of pissed about it. He immediately went to the dressing room. I think he's on the bench now, but I think it was probably just a cool off because he was so mad. I mean, listen, they didn't play. Excuse my God. Sorry for anybody that spreads to. I don't think they played great in front of him. I just don't think they did. The Game Clown says the second one was 100% Dostal's fault. That's true. Dostal made a bad clearing attempt to Killorn that missed him by like 20 feet, and it created the goal. You're absolutely right about that. So, I don't know. The Zach Hyman goal, he's got nothing on. Like, what's he supposed to do? Zach Hyman just being Zach Hyman. First goal, I didn't love, but again, like, am I mad at Dostal for that? Nah. So Colton Dach is in the box for the penalty, and this is the Ducks' technically second penalty of the game. This is their first 2-minute penalty of the game, and they've been lethal on the PP. Oh, here we go. Ducks moving in. Trying to overpass. Shot, scores! And that Ducks power play just continues to be so unbelievably dangerous. This time, it's playoff vet, Stanley Cup winner, Alex Killorn, who was a cap dump, by the way, was traded to the Ducks so that the Lightning could go get someone else. And he's back in the playoffs with this young team. He makes, like, Mason McTavish makes the play. It goes off Connor Murphy, tried to get it over to him. He's still able to collect it and still able to find Killorn, the guy he wanted to find anyway. So it is now 3-1. 3-1. Ducks back in this game, baby. Giggling Cat says, I forget this is where I'm from, but whenever things get bad, I just tell myself, cheer up, things could be worse. And sure enough, they get worse. This is what I think of when people ask about Leaf fans. Yeah, you know what? Straight up it is. That's what it is. Mechman says, post Pat Roy, no coach leaves them out. True. Molson 12, hey, Adam, who would win a fight between 103-foot-tall Tydomes and versus 5 Charas? I'm going to give it to the Tydomes. They would get on each other's shoulders and they would overwhelm. Yeah, there'd be ankle bite. Like, Tydomi was a nasty fighter, man. He was tough. Giggling Cat dropping 5 SDPN memberships because, again, I keep saying it, Cat is here for the Oilers' downfall, being a Panthers fan. She's not enjoying the fact that they're in and her team is out. So, Cat, thank you so much for those SDP VIP memberships. Make sure that if you got a free SDP VIP membership from Cat or anybody else today, make sure you give them a big thank you in the chat. Oh, we got a trip here, potentially. Yep. Oh, and Trouba just goes immediately to the box. He knows. Oh boy. This could be dangerous. Well, I mean, it could be dangerous. It's an Oilers power play. It is dangerous. What am I saying? But Trouba just kind of misplays the puck here and then trips Savoy up. I don't even know if that was totally intentional, but it is one of those ones that every damn time that happens, the refs are going to call it, and he's got to know better than that. This is a guy who's been deep in the playoffs. Unfortunately, sometimes you just straight up get beat, but it is not worth taking the 2-minute penalty for it. Or maybe it was. Paling and Draisaitl in the face-off dot, and Draisaitl pissed that he just got kicked out of it. In comes McDavid. McDavid then wins the face-off draw, so that worked out okay for the Oilers. Draisaitl gets the puck off that face-off. Paling interrupts his pass, but it goes right to Connor McDavid because tonight everything is going the Oilers' way. And McDavid getting it out front, jamming away at it to the Oilers, and the Ducks are able to slam it out. First 20 seconds of this power play, Oilers already looking dangerous. Ville Husso has got to do some work. 90 seconds left on this power play. Still plenty of time for the Oilers. Ducks have done a great job. In comes Connor McDavid, loading up with the speed, but the Ducks are able to get those sticks in the way, as they have all series long. One of the things that Connor McDavid has not been able to do all that often is get a chance off the rush. I don't believe he even has scored off the rush. He's had a couple of chances, couple of bona fide ones, including last game, but no, not quite yet. Ducks are interrupting his flow a little bit. The Bearded Pickle says, I don't appreciate your motives, Kat, but I did get a sub from you a few days ago, so thank you. That's a Cats fan supporting an Oilers fan, and the Oilers fan supporting back. How nice is that? Just about a minute left on this Oilers power play as they win another draw. Nugent Hopkins on the low wall, back to Bouchard, to Draisaitl, to Bouchard, to Nuge. Oilers staying to the outside, looking for a shot in. Hyman in low. He's got that low Zach Hyman stance where you cannot move him off of a puck. Bouchard, McDavid, Nugent Hopkins cuts back, gets the puck to Bouchard. Bouchard to Nugent Hopkins. Into Hyman across, and what a save by Ville Husso. Hyman made a great backhand pass to Leon Draisaitl, and Husso's pad got it. If Dostal couldn't be locked in, Ville Husso is. Oh, McDavid all alone to Draisaitl, scores! A great pass by Leon Draisaitl, one of the Ducks' penalty killers, committed too far, and the guy to end up with the puck is Mr. Connor McDavid. That is dangerous. The Oilers' power play starting to come alive later in this series. Just a few minutes after the Ducks finally solve Connor Ingram, and after a couple of spectacular 10-ball saves by Ville Husso, the Edmonton Oilers break through again, and they are up 3 goals. That is Draisaitl's spot. That's where he owns real estate. Draisaitl's raising his family there. His kids will be born in that spot on the ice. He scores everything from there. It's such a bizarre angle. He's even scored deeper than that. It's a bizarre angle, but he always manages it. Oilers power play now 4 for 13 in the series, improving. I would say that's improving. It was better than the 0 it was a couple of games ago. And we have an icing. I think Ryan Paling was the one that overcommitted at the point. I think he was trying to go for some sort of, there's Paling. So he tries to take advantage of Bouchard bobbling the puck, and Bouchard sees him coming and takes that extra step and then finds McDavid, who finds Draisaitl. Bouchard, McDavid, Draisaitl. How many times have we seen that? By the way, that's Draisaitl's 150th career playoff point. Shot by Seneca. Whoa. Ekholm going after Seneca because the play was whistled dead. Seneca, I guess, didn't hear it. Fired it on net. Seneca is by the way, people hate playing this guy. He pisses people off. Giggling cat dropping a poo emoji for 99 cents. Thank you, Giggling Cat. We appreciate the 99 cents, even if it does have a piece of poo attached to it. Yeah, look at Ekholm. He's pissed. And you know the thing with Seneca? He's always makes the first move, but baits you into the second one. He's going to draw a lot of... He will draw a lot of penalties that way, but Hayden's right. I mean, if you look at his picture, he looks like a child, but Hayden's saying, punchable face. The Matthew Barnaby punchable face? I like that. Ducks have got to get something going here. Halfway through, by the way, the first or second period, excuse me. Halfway through the game. We're now in the second half of the game already. Can you believe it? And it looks like, oh, we're going to get a scrum here, and Sportsnet immediately goes away from the scrum. I think, who's going? Roslovic or Savoy? Somebody is going to the box, I think. Ekholm is now yelling at the ref. VL is laughing. All right, we're going to a commercial break there. Apparently, Ekholm came in and faked a shot at Huso. I missed that one, but Hayden caught it. And then he got cross-checked, which is why he's pissed, and that's why VL's laughing. Got it. Refs not seemingly knowing what they're supposed to do tonight. Hey, this is a good reminder, by the way. We are giving away a beautiful... Hayden, can we bring it up on the screen? This Boston Bruins... It's right next to my head on this side, I think. It's on this side this time? Okay, so it's right there. It's this Boston Bruins shirt. They won in overtime tonight, so it's kind of apropos that we are giving it away. If you would like to win it, you've got half of this period and the intermission to get your name in. And here's the deal. I always tell people, do it now because you'll forget because the hockey game will be on. So make sure you get it in now. Get your name in. We're going to call out a winner over the course of the first 5 minutes of the third period. Mechman. Ekholm lost his voice at the Olympics barking at the refs. He's the only defenseman I know that yells at refs and never gets a penalty, so he must not be saying anything controversial. Maybe he's just saying, come on, buddy. I also lost my voice over the Olympics, but we made it through. Coach Curve says the officiating crew doesn't seem to understand it's game 5, so after the whistle stuff is all fair. Yeah, I mean, it always takes a few games to get there, but we should be there by now. Like in the playoff in the second round, it shouldn't even be a question. We're there. Oh, so Doc caught Killorn from behind. That was where his penalty was, and then Killorn scored. Killorn said, hey, good job to Colton Doc, too. That's funny. That's funny. Listen, the Tampa Bay Lightning are supreme shit talkers. We know they never shut up. Alex Killorn was a key member of them during their cup runs. So, you know, I got to think, how do you think it feels for Chris Kreider, Jake Trouba, Alex Killorn, all these guys who were literal cap dumps? And they're now pivotal roles on this team. Like, I know Kreider's not the player he used to be, and he certainly hasn't been productive in this series. Like, you haven't really noticed him, but I think he's certainly a guy that brings a lot of veteran experience, and he's probably, you know, losing out on ice time to guys that deserve it more. Your Carlsons, your Senecas, your Gauthiers. Mason McTavish is on his line, but, you know, Mason's going to have the puck more than he is. Giggling Cat says, back in the 90s, Robert Sfala went from the Lady Bing to constantly getting in the box. Turns out the refs just didn't understand what he was saying for the first few years. That's funny. Robert Sfala, also a Leafs legend, played here for one whole year, and he was pretty damn good. And then he left, and he went home, and it was sad. We're like, wait a second, but Robert, where are you going? You were great. Hayden says, I think the trash talk between Russians would probably be insane. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Imagine Kucherov trash talking you in Russian and you're Russian. Oh, he would say some terrible things. Terry gives the puck back to the Oilers. This has been a problem for the Ducks all night. It's their breakouts. They get past their own blue line and they can't make anything happen. Carlson gains the Edmonton blue line, but he's got 4 guys on him. Makes the pass. Hines with the shot. It's high, but it's in. Like, it's in the zone at least. Ducks trying to press and create something here. 7:55 to go in the second period. Hines down low. Out front, trying to find Leo Carlson was Troy Terry. And that puck was supposed to be fired out by the Oilers defense. However, it was caught midair, brought back in, and I believe the Oilers are going to ice this puck. And we got an icing. Cantankerous games. So let's make it about the Leafs for a second. You're a GM. Does Robertson drift off into the night, or you sign him? I think you sign him. He requested a trade 2 years ago. They still haven't traded him. So I don't know. He said, if I'm wanted, I want to stay. If I'm not wanted, I want to go. Which is, I mean, listen, that's a fair comment. I have no idea what they're going to do. The roster needs an overhaul. I have no idea what they're going to do. They should be one of the most active teams this offseason. I just don't have a clear picture of who's going to be available, what the Leafs can take advantage of, that sort of thing. Oh, our friends! Oh, McDavid got set up perfectly, but Ville Husso read that play. No matter how dangerous the Ducks feel in a split-second moment, the Oilers are dangerous all the time when they get the puck tonight. They are just the overwhelmingly dominant team in terms of what they're able to do to the Ducks. They're controlling a lot of the game. I know the shots are 17-13. If you're just tuning in, you're probably thinking, well, I mean, it's not that much of a chasm. It is. It is. And the score reflects that. Shot quality has been better for the Oilers. Pacing has been better. Neutral zone shutdowns have been better. Their takeaway, I can't imagine what the takeaway numbers are, but the Oilers are constantly taking the puck right off the Ducks. Look at Zach Hyman just beating the crap out of Jackson Lacombe. Jumped on his back and then gave him a couple cross checks there. All right. Molson, I'll get to your super chat in just a second. Don't worry, I've seen you. But we got a key face-off here for the Edmonton Oilers. The big boys are out. It's Draisaitl. It's McDavid. It's Kasperi Kapanen, Bouchard, and Wallman. A lot of offense. They're trying to get goal number 5. They're not giving up, and they win the face-off draw. Bouchard over to Wallman. Wallman fake shot to Bouchard. Bouchard to McDavid. Across to Leon. Tried to find him in his office again. He's already scored from there tonight. And the puck did not get there, but back in come the Oilers. Lacombe takes the puck from McDavid. Kreider. Puck hits Paling at center ice. In comes Seneca. Wait a second. The takeaway stats are only 3-1 in terms of, from Edmonton? That feels underreported. Okay. Molson 12. Adam, I'm making a reservation for a first date and I'm stuck on a reservation name. It's between pants, so I can say hi. I have a reservation under pants, or paper, so I can say or parpar party of 2. I say pants. Go with pants. It's easier to get. You want to go with the simple joke. Yeah, that Hayden just said, what is he? Who do you think you are? Chandler Bing? Draisaitl. Puck tipped in by Kasperi Kapanen. This line is still out there, taking long shifts. Trouba breaks the puck out. Gives it to Washi. It's the 4th line for these Ducks. Washi almost had an opportunity there to jam it home. Shot in. It just misses the net. Oh, and we've got Roslovic in a foot race with Minchikov. Minchikov brings him down. Oiler fans want a penalty, but that's not a penalty. And Minchikov loses his stick. Roslovic, it's under his arm. Minchikov appealing to the ref. No dice. Minchikov is able to pick up his stick. Play has gone on. 5:20 left in the first, and it's Leo Carlson dropping it for Minchikov as the Ducks try to break out of their own zone. Trouba behind the net to Minchikov. Full court press for the Edmonton Oilers. And Mason McTavish has it. He's trying to find Gauthier, but Evan Bouchard with some real stingy defense all over Gauthier physically. All over him. All right. Woo! We are 3/4 of the way through this period. A reminder, get your name in for that Boston Bruins long sleeve. We got it for you. It's a long sleeve shirt. It's real nice. It's from Fanatics. Big shout out to them for passing it along. We want to give it to you. All you need to do is sign up right now. Link is in the description. Leave us your information. We'll email you in the morning, but I am going to draw that name tonight. It's going to be at the beginning of the third period, so you're going to find out real soon. Make sure you do it now, though. You will have the entire second intermission to enter your name, but if you don't do it then, you're going to forget, and then you're going to be mad at yourself. We don't want that for you. By the way, this excludes the United States and excludes Quebec. Sorry about the tariffs. Sorry about a lot of Quebec, but them's just the rules. Canada only, excluding Quebec. There you go. Austin Rogers says, Bolts fan here. I hate the playoffs without the Leafs, not trolling. I would like to know more about that. Why do you hate the playoffs without the Leafs if you're not trolling? Is it because Montreal's not making it easy to win that series? I mean, you guys do have a cheat code in Brandon Hagel. What a dog. He's been crazy. Coach Curve says, damn, that excludes USA. Sorry, Coach Curve. It's the tariffs. It would cost us roughly 3 or 4 times the value of the shirt to send it to you. I don't understand why they want to do this, but they want to do it. Northeast Railroad says, interesting just travel question in the future. Where would you go in the States? Last year I watched Toronto live, and I have family in Montreal as well. I would love to. There's a few arenas I haven't, well, there's a lot of arenas I haven't seen. So I think the first one is I want to see Madison Square Garden just because it's Madison Square Garden. I obviously want to go back to Boston, but if we're talking about new arenas, I've never seen a game in Edmonton. I've seen a Nickelback concert in Edmonton, which was awesome, but I've never seen a game in Edmonton. I also saw Taylor Swift in Edmonton. So those would be a couple. I mean, I'd love to go to Southern California and see the Ducks. I did see them play the Sharks last year. But yeah, that's what I'd like to do. I think also seeing the new Utah. Well, I know the arena's not done yet, but just seeing Utah. Jesse also says Vegas is an incredible place to see a hockey game. I've never been. He said the in-game is just amazing. The fans are nuts. .4:30 left in the second period. And it's Nurse to Doc. Doc gives it up to Carlson. Carlson to Troy Terry. Terry cuts back. Keeps holding the puck. Troy Terry, got to make a play here. It's Granlund in, shot, and a good save. I think Granlund was going 5-hole on Connor Ingram. Connor Ingram, I told you, listen, Connor Ingram's been good in this series. The defense around him has been ass. He looks good tonight, but he has looked good this series. Michael says, you must have seen Nickelback and Swift at the old arena. That's right. Rexall Place, baby. It was fun. It was so loud in there for Taylor Swift that the building shook, man. I swear, it was crazy. Really, really good concert. She puts on a great show. And this was a long time ago. I think it was the Red tour. I think it was Red. I think that was the album. Killorn and Draisaitl arguing over the face-off here. Emo Jalapeno, look at this graph! Oh my God, man. Listen, I am not the biggest Nickelback fan ever, but I will tell you that I went to their show and knew every word and sang every word at the top of my lungs. Those guys kill it. Kill it. I also love rock, so I think they're one of the best live bands I've ever seen. Ever, ever, ever. Terry along the boards, trying to get that puck away, and he's got McDavid and Bouchard bearing down on him. Talk about intimidation. Puck gets out front. Granlund across. Tried to find Terry. That puck is bouncing again. Couple of pucks have found Terry in a good position, but they've both been bouncing in this game. And, this is some of the best ice in the league here in Edmonton. Shot by Killorn, who got the goal early for the Ducks. Puck just seems to be bouncing tonight. Lacombe pinching, not able to keep the puck in. And it is icing. So the lines will stay the same. Giggling Cat went to Vegas this year went to Vegas the year we met Vegas in the finals. Fans were great, and it was an A+ show, even when they kicked our ass. 10 out of 10 would highly recommend going to see a game in Vegas. Yeah, that'd be sick. Northeastern Railroad saw System of a Down in Toronto. Go Ducks go in 6. I'd like to see them. I've never seen them. Are they as good live as they are recorded? That's what I want to know. 3:16 left in the second period. Ducks trying to get something. I feel like for the Ducks, you got to try to get, you always got to try to be scoring, but it's particularly important this time to go get that second goal before you go into the third period. You need a 2, you need to be within 2, I think, for you to really believe, because you got to mentally trick yourself so many times in professional sports. Paling gets that puck low. Draisaitl along the boards. That puck stays in. Draisaitl is knocked down. Is there a penalty coming here? No, there's not going to be a penalty. And Oilers fans are not happy about it, but that's their dude. Oh, now, is there a penalty? No? I thought I heard a whistle. Maybe that's coming from outside the building. Yeah, Oilers fans are pissed. They think Draisaitl got hit from behind. That's playoff hockey. I don't blame them for booing, but the refs aren't going to call it. More to the point, Minchikov across to John Carlson. Carlson flips one on the net despite the fact that Podkolzin took a good run at him. And Washi and Vael and everybody getting into it. We got a bit of a fight going on here. It's McTavish. It's Moore. Vael's not out there. Washi's not going to mess around. So they have started to switch the lines up. VL is now off this line. Apparently, according to Louis DeBrusque, during the commercial break, they went down the lines. Joe Quenneville said, "Hey, we're switching things up," and Washi is going to the box here. And it was Kreider that hit Draisaitl from behind. Oh, that's way worse than I thought. Holy shit. They are getting physical. So they've called out new lines. Wow. Man, I'm glad Draisaitl's okay. And so we got the lines in a blender tonight, guys. I have no idea who's on what line, so just give me some time to figure it out. They've stayed largely static this whole series on both teams, actually. Wow. Look at this. Look at this. We got some hate. Vidursky. I have only been to 14 arenas so far, but Anaheim is a top-tier experience. They love the Ducks at Honda Center. I'd love to see that. Mechman, my last Rexall concert was Slipknot, and they had the keg and the baseball bat, and they used it as a drum. That's cool. Okay, 4-on-4 for 2 minutes here. Oilers to the box. Anaheim to the box. 4-on-4 last time was basically pond hockey. That was earlier in this game. And I think we're in for a good time here. We got the big boys out on both sides. Leo Carlson unable to come up with that puck after winning the face-off draw. Jake Wallman carries it for the Oilers, drops it for Evan Bouchard. Bouchard gets a good angle on Terry and is able to get it across. McDavid flying in. He cuts back, passes to Bouchard. Wallman on the other point. Wallman now going in. Lacombe after him. Puck is still with the Oilers. It's McDavid at the point, cutting across the ice, looking for a passing lane, intercepted by what's his name? Leo Carlson. Couldn't get it out. Draisaitl with a bit of a hook there. Terry was kind of looking for a penalty. Didn't happen. Again, this kind of stuff is allowed. The Ducks do not know this. The Oilers know what the line is. The Ducks are learning. This is a benefit to the Oilers. The longer this series goes, the better it suits the Oilers. Gauthier in, drops, Carlson shot, absolutely flies wide, and it's going to be McDavid and Husso out together. Husso gets the puck back, but I believe it hit someone on the Oilers bench, and Husso's saying no, it didn't. He's trying to sell it. Yeah, I mean, I can see why Anaheim thought there should have been a penalty, Draisaitl on Terry, but they're not gonna make those calls now. Cantankerous Games. Next time in Toronto, see the heavy, life-changing live rock, Flyers prayers. You got it, buddy. All right, it's 4-on-4 for the rest of the period. 54 seconds to go. 54 seconds both in the period and on 4-on-4. As I told you, it's total pond hockey out there. Anarchy. A coach's nightmare, our dream. Gauthier gets the puck to Trouba. Trouba, it's bobbling at his feet. Nuge Podkolzin tried to turn around and race down the ice, but was not able to get that puck to settle down either. Ducks, Minchikov fires it deep. Ducks going for a change. And here comes Darnell Nurse, slowly bringing it out with Evan Bouchard. Oh, no, that's Connor Murphy. Excuse me. 15 seconds to go in this period. 15 seconds at 4-on-4. Emo Jalapeno says, System of a Down sounds exactly the same. Definitely in my top 3 bands. All right. Then I will invest in a ticket. Phil from Fargo. Kirill Kaprizov now has the Wild playoffs goal record with 17. He has yet to make it to a second round with that. That's crazy. It's true that the Wild have been a little bit snake bitten in the playoffs. I think this could be the year where they finally break that, though. I'm banking on it. My spark bracket depends on it. Otherwise, I'm going to have one of the worst first rounds I've ever had. Could not foresee the Flyers being this good. Could not foresee the Ducks being this effective. I could not foresee the Senators absolutely being god awful. Let's just call it what it was. They couldn't get anything going. Sorry, say that, Hayden? Oh, our clip's about the Sens. Oh, okay. Now, this is a good time to remind you that at the beginning of the third period, we're going to be calling a name, and it should be your name. And you can make it your name right now by clicking the link, because the name means you win a Boston Bruins long sleeve shirt. It's for free. It's from us. It's for Canada only, unfortunately. Sorry, tariffs, and sorry, Lotto Quebec. It doesn't include you either. So it's Canada only, excluding Quebec. Get your name in on the draw, and we're going to be calling out that name at the beginning of the third period. So this is your chance right now to get it going. Pretzel Hunt makes a good point, by the way. 1,000 people here and only 300 likes. Guys, can we get the likes up over 500 at least? I know I sound a little desperate saying that, but can we get that going? The reason that we do ask you to like the thing is because it gets it out to people that might not know that we exist. I'm sure there's newbies in the chat tonight that are watching for the first time. There is every single night, and occasionally I'll be like, "Hey, who's new here tonight?" So make sure you get yourself in for that. Curtis says, "For you, baby, anything." Thank you, Curtis. Appreciate you. Hayden, let's get to our Ottawa Senators clip, because this was controversial on social media. What's that, Hayden? It was labeled by Drew as, "What the hell did the Sens do from here?" Okay? All right? Let's watch. Tell me what you think.
Let's switch to Ottawa. Right now, they are doing their end of seasons press conferences right now. So apologies, Ottawa fans. We're not going to get those clips in. But I will say I have seen Artem Zub come up and he's like, it's really frustrating. I played 81 games. I get a knee injury in the first period. Right? First period, first game. That sucks.
Yep. That's the playoffs, man.
The story is, and there's no other way around this, Tim Stützle, Brady Tkachuk, they combined for 1 point in the series. And it's a Stützle assist. And there have been rumors circulating for years about Brady Tkachuk's future in Ottawa. But before it was, Ottawa's a mess, and how long is anybody going to want to stay there? Now Ottawa's not a mess. They got an owner that's making phone calls in game 3 complaining about calls. He's calling the local newspaper going, I don't like this, which is also very aggressive. But hey, it's a nice departure from what they used to have. Jesse. Mm-hmm. You're the Ottawa Senators general manager, and Steve Dangle said you're going to be the GM a year before you became GM. which is what Steve did. He did come on and say Steve Staios is eventually going to be the GM. He was right. He was just way too early.
What's the name of the former GM?
Pierre Dorian.
Oh, yeah.
So Pierre Dorian's a big fan of Steve.
You pre-fired Pierre Dorian a year out, and then we're right.
Yeah, and then Dorian fired himself.
Yeah. He had already fired himself by that point. He just hadn't been punished for it yet.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to make a trade I can't make.
So I know what I'll do. Yeah.
So
Take that, Dangle.
I just want to say something before we get started in this conversation. I think Steve was right in the sense that Brady was probably injured, right? I think that's pretty fair. He lost his vision, right? In a game, a couple of weeks ago.
He didn't look put together at all.
But if you're going to go on your show and you're going to let your dad call out your goalie, which I have eyes and ears, you can deny it all you want. That's what Keith did. And then your goalie puts on the performance of a lifetime. Second or third best goalie statistically so far in the playoffs is Linus Ullmark. And you get 0 points.
Is your dad going to then go on and be like, hey, man, you were dog shit?
Listen, and he probably would. Keith's pretty blunt. But listen, it's not that Brady was like, yeah, skewer him, Dad. You can edit that out of a show. That show made it to air.
Yeah.
That was a choice. And Brady had to answer questions about it, and he wasn't thrilled about doing that. But that's what you do when you have a show. Fine to be controversial. But let's talk about the optics of that.
I know. I don't want those players taking that shit out.
No, I like that.
But
it does create a story. And listen, I don't think he's going to stop doing the podcast because of this, guys. But I can't help but say that is a story. That is true. That is what happened. Yeah. And that's not a great look. It wasn't a great look at the time. He's the captain.
It's a horrible. And he's not speaking at locker cleanout as we speak.
Just had a kid.
He just had a kid, which I didn't know.
Well, I think they kept it quiet.
Was coming.
But him and Matthew just had kids within like 2 weeks of each other. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, which Kachuk are we?
Yeah.
Yeah. We all handle everything differently, but the story all series long was we need these guys to show up. Like Stützle, at least from what I watched, like I'd be curious to get your take, Jesse. Mm-hmm. I thought he looked fine. Then he didn't score.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I thought he looked fine. Kachuk, I thought looked awful.
Yeah, I thought all of the main pieces on Ottawa that didn't score outside of Kachuk, I thought looked healthy, were in there and playing. Like there's obviously going to be bumps and bruises. It's a tough series in the playoffs, but I think they were shut down. I would be scared to make wholesale changes to this Ottawa Senators team. Coming into the series, I picked them for a reason. Analytically, they were so good all year. And then once they got the goaltending, everything clicked. And you can twist your mind into this series was okay. Like we got shut down by the Hurricanes and one line by the Hurricanes beat us. That's kind of where the margins were. But there are issues. It's not wholesale changes issues. The power play stuff is a disaster. And I get that he is a legend in your market, but that is Daniel Alfredsson's problem. He is the power play coach, and they had, I'm dubbing it, the worst 5-on-3 in franchise history considering the stakes. It is
Which one?
That was the game 2 or the game 3 one?
Game 2.
Okay.
You're down 2-0 in the series. Hurricanes gift you a 5-on-3 for over 90 seconds. I think it was 1:35 on the clock or whatever it is. You need a goal. This is your opportunity to score a goal. And they mustered one shot and so little zone time. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you have 5 players and they have 3 players and you can't hold the zone.
And a roster of killers, too.
When your season's on the line.
Yeah.
That to me is the little things you look at and you say, okay, is it a mentality stuff? Do we have to have a better job coaching? I think Travis Green has done a great job coaching this season, but maybe it's the special teams guys and Alfredsson who needs to be called out and fired for that. But there are problems there with their execution. Stützle had chances wasn't able to hit wide open cages. Freddie made a couple good
Hit a
saves.
few posts, if I remember.
Hit a couple
Sanderson's not there for game 4 too. Which
Sanderson's
hurts.
not there. Zub's out. There are injuries. There are excuses
Shabbat
there.
played hurt.
Kachuk had chances too, wasn't able to hit open nets. Like they weren't able to finish the job, even though they were given opportunities to finish the job. And I don't know which piece you gotta maneuver to get guys who can execute when games are on the log, but they're clearly missing this extra little thing that'll let you hang with top teams in the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
It's not blow it up, but it's we got to move some things because we've learned some lessons about some of these players.
I think
Is the missing piece time?
Well, and this is the thing. Is it time? Is it health? And maybe it's like Lena started training camp this year with saying, I'm doing a terrible job and this is bad. And that is not a great way to start training camp. And so you get off on that foot, and maybe he was clearly feeling that way about it. I'm not criticizing that. But if you've got the opportunity now, if you let the emotions calm a little bit. If you're healthy and the team is more consistent going into the Olympic break, you get a far more favorable matchup. Like the Carolina Hurricanes, as their fans love to tell us, and they're right, are fucking brutal. They're a brutal matchup to get, and that's a 1-8. Or was it a 1-7? No, it's 1-8. That's 1-8.
Yeah.
So if, let's say Ottawa's in, I don't know, Montreal, maybe Ottawa's playing Buffalo.
That'd be a dog fight.
Right?
Yeah.
Boston.
Buffalo.
Yeah,
I was thinking Montreal.
Yeah, maybe Ottawa.
Buffalo would be a better matchup for them.
I think it would be too.
You have the Hurricanes who they've won a round for what is it, 8 straight years?
8 straight years.
That's crazy. And then there's Buffalo who hasn't been there for 14.
Exactly. And you would have the experience from last year. You
Yes.
know, at least you would have that edge.
You'd be going in as the
You'd be the
you would have
vet.
the edge. That's crazy.
Like,
And so you get, and they were maybe 2 wins away from that. Maybe 4 overtime losses away from that. We're talking about like a couple of points here and there. So I think Jesse, you're right. Now, there are people out there saying, well, Brady's going to get traded this summer. And I think it was Pagnotta that said something
There's
like
2 years left, by the way.
He has 2 years left. But listen, if he asked for a trade, that's one thing. And to me, it's like, well, then the obvious choice is trade him to St. Louis where he grew up and go get Robert Thomas. But the other thing I think with the Sens is like, I don't know that. Why would Brady want to leave in this sense? Like, can we look at it from that perspective for a second? I know he's an American. I know that Matthew's not a big proponent of Canada at the moment. He clearly makes that obvious. I don't know that Keith is either. But Brady's on a very good team. He is the captain. This is his squad. And if you get traded, you might be that guy again, but probably not. And you go to, let's say it is St. Louis or it's somebody else who's got something legitimate and huge to offer the Sens for a guy like Brady Tkachuk. What are the chances the acquiring team is as good as Ottawa?
Mm-hmm.
I think his best chance to win is in Ottawa.
And set up for the future. Dude, a left side forever of Sanderson, Shabbat, and Clevin. Clevin's a
Dog.
he's
a monster.
That hit on Nikishin.
You know who their best defenseman in Game 4 was? It was Carter Yakimchuk.
Who's a young
Who's
kid.
just got thrown in there because of all the injuries. They're like, let's get some offense here. He was spectacular. He controlled everything on every power play opportunity they had. Now their power play couldn't execute, but he was at least moving the puck and doing some stuff that was nobody else was doing in those games.
So going forward, friggin' Sanderson, Shabbat, Clevin, Zub, Yakimchuk, and Spence, or an upgrade on Spence.
By the way, Spence
that's
was just
crazy.
Spence was just invited to play for Team Canada.
Like,
Yeah.
that's such an enviable decor league wide.
Yeah, and there's a reason that 6 guys were out and they were able to win a game.
Yeah.
You know, they're very deep on D.
So I
And
think
they have all their first for the next 3 years.
that's what I'm looking at too.
Oh, there you go.
Well, no, you can do it.
Well, they have all their first. They're missing this year's second, but they make up for it by having 3 thirds. The other than the 2026 second, the only draft picks they're missing for the next 3 years are their 2026 and 2027 7th round picks.
I think
They're
the
set up
smartest,
so well.
the smartest thing for Ottawa to do this offseason is wait for a team to do something stupid like the New York Rangers. Like the New York Rangers did a couple of years ago. Wait for a team, for somebody to shake loose that becomes, oh, hey, there's a player who's available. Is it Quinn Hughes, got tired of Vancouver. Trouba Kreider in Anaheim, less talent, but you know what I'm saying, right? Somebody's going to get pissed off and do something stupid. If Ottawa are intelligent, use that draft capital. I think they are intelligent. You've got a pretty good system as it is. Yakimchuk's about to make it. Maybe you don't need to draft this year. Maybe you just fire those draft picks out the window and you just go, fuck it. We need people here. We need game breakers. We need something is going to become available. And I think Ottawa would be best served to just wait it out. Again, that's all contingent on Brady Tkachuk actually, not requesting a trade. But I still that's so much speculation. So little of it has come from him. Yeah. It's people around him.
And the Brady thing, he does have to clean up some things on the ice.
Sure.
The fight at the top of the series,
make better decisions.
Now that things have played out, useless. What do you do?
Yeah.
It didn't get everybody going. You didn't kick off the series. Yeah, you took
yourself out. It's not a good trade.
No.
It's not a good trade. You are paid more than Jordan Staal because 9 out of 10 hockey fans you speak to would take you over him.
Punching, was it Stankova in the back of the head? Don't do that. Unnecessary.
Oh, the Aho one?
Or sorry, yeah, Aho in the back of the head. Don't need to do that.
It was a soft call, but...
Soft call, you still got a penalty. Don't do that. You're the captain. I think mentally on the ice, they need to get Brady to dial in, but I don't see him...
Focus.
Focus, yeah.
Okay, you have the Leafs, who you have to beg to do anything, and then there's Brady out there almost trying...
Too hard.
Yeah. The physical stuff, which is great in the playoffs, but there were a lot of moments in this series where I'm just he's looking for ways to be effective because he hasn't found them.
Yes.
And that's your captain.
He couldn't do anything with his actual skill, so he's just looking to hit guys.
Yeah, that's your $8+ million player. Mm-hmm. Weird decisions, weird passes.
Little a third liner. But he should be playing like he's the captain first line guy.
There just wasn't a ton redeemable about his performance through those 4 games.
Those is where I would land the criticisms on Brady and not just, hey, he's going to leave because Matthew doesn't like Canada.
Well, let's look at Quinn Hughes, right? You know what Quinn Hughes did leading up to that trade? Kicked ass. Played extremely well. And the Canucks, it's impossible to win a Quinn Hughes trade. I thought did pretty well.
Yeah. And he was on a team that was not perennially in the playoffs anymore. The Vancouver Canucks were on the way down and they're still going down. The Ottawa Senators are going to be there every single year. They're going to be in that fight.
He performed great on a team that was poo. Mm-hmm. And they were able to recoup value. If I'm Steve Staios, I'm I literally can't trade you now. You've put me in a position, which means you've put yourself in a position where you're stuck here, at least for the next however many months.
And you also accepted the captaincy.
Yeah.
And that does matter.
If you want out of here, you better come out for next season, shot out of a cannon. Play your way out of the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, be an unbelievable player.
Be so great that I can recoup some value for you, and the other fan base getting you is going to be excited to get you. Sens fans are going to be sad to see you go.
Yeah.
Right?
You can't PLD or Duchesne this.
Right. Duchesne took his ball and went home. PLD took his ball and
Remember
went
that
home.
shift?
Yeah.
The PLD shift. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
And it's PLD.
Yeah.
I know he was once thought of, I believe he makes more money actually than Brady Tkachuk, or did. He wasn't the captain.
No.
And he wasn't the future of the team. I know he was picked very high. Brady Tkachuk is supposed to be the future of this team.
Well, he's the present now.
Mm-hmm.
He's the present now. I can't trade you after that performance.
Third period. You guys ready? You staying with me? By the way, happy Wednesday morning. Can you believe it? This series started on a Wednesday last week. Are we here? Are we staying? Are we staying up late for those of us on the east side of this country? The east side of North America, actually. Because I know there's some Americans here. What about What about the Oilers? Let's talk to the Oilers fans directly. Oilers fans, identify yourself in the chat. Hit me up. Where are my Oilers fans? Where you at? I want to see you. I want to talk to you directly. Okay. Here we go. There they are. They're coming in now. Oilers fans, you're all here. Okay. How are you feeling? Are you feeling confident enough that you're going to lock this out? I feel like because Anaheim didn't get that second goal in the second period, and the margin's 3 goals, it's going to be real hard for them to come back. You feeling good? Or you feeling confident? Now I'm going to switch to the Ducks fans. Ducks fans, I got to talk to you. Where are my Ducks fans at? You guys have been here all series. People underestimate you guys all the time. They're like, Ducks, do they even have fans? You know what I'm talking about. You've been insulted before. Where are my Ducks fans? I need a confidence that you'll come back scale out of 10, meaning how many quacks out of 10 do you give your chances? 10 being we're absolutely coming back, one quack being we're not coming back. How many quacks out of 10? Kim says, I'm a Kings fan, but I work at the Honda Center. Man, that's got to be hard for you. P-Man says, I'm feeling super oily. And your name is P-Man? It's not a great combo. Not a great combo. All right. 19:45 left in the third. Kids, we are underway. Shots are knotted up at 17. Let's go. Let's go. We got a 7 quacks out of 10 that they're coming back, or that's 6. Patrick Kelly, we ain't coming back, LOL. But you're going to stick around and you're going to watch just in case, aren't you? Aren't you? Aren't you? I just got a health notification on my iPhone and says, you are missing your bedtime. Well, we got a 6.5 quacks out of 10. Okay. All right. Are we going to see Ben Aff quack tonight for a series victory? I don't know. It's going to be real hard. Ooh, get a good save there. And it's about, do we want a winner? Also, Hayden just texted me a picture of his cat lying in his laundry. Which one is that? The orange and white one? That's Huey. So Huey, his cat, they stopped fighting and disconnecting Hayden's internet. Now he's just sleeping in a laundry basket, as cats do. It's, hey, is it brand new laundry? Oh, I better sleep on that. Okay. I might pronounce your name wrong, but I'm going to try. Your last name's easy. It's your first name that's the problem. Gina Lee. Gina Lee Thompson. Gina Lee Thompson, congratulations. You've just won the Boston Bruins long sleeve shirt that we're giving away from Fanatics, and a big shout out to Fanatics. Gina Lee Thompson, you're the big winner. Is Gina Lee Thompson into who's? Emo Jalapeno, did anyone do, by the way, we will also be giving away more stuff on Thursday, assuming the Edmonton Oilers don't get eliminated tonight, which it looks like they're not going to. Emo Jalapeno, did anybody do today's Wordle? I did not do today's Wordle. SLS 98, what would be the Wemby equivalent in the NHL? Well, here's the thing. It would be, for there to be an equivalent in the NHL, and I don't think there is, you'd have to have Elmer Soderblom put up Connor McDavid numbers. You have to be outrageously tall and score a ton. Maybe Tage Thompson? I think that's the closest comparable. Tage, but again, Wemby's like all world, and Tage is I guess he's a gold medalist, so he's all world. But like, is he an MVP candidate yet? Because I think Wemby is, unless he won the MVP already, and I just wasn't paying attention. Denise Campbell, but it's for good causes, Adam. Thank you, Denise. We appreciate you. Kimmy Love says, I don't like these 8:20 puck drops. Grr, makes it a late night. You don't, huh? Because you know what time it is here. 12:21 a.m. And if you guys watch Nailing the Apex, just know we're recording it at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So that's less than 8 hours from now. Hayden says, I'm handling that later in the day. Yes, you go ahead and do that. It's our Miami Grand Prix preview, and I'm actually thrilled because we get to talk about real racing finally. It's been a month. Come on. Offensive zone faceoff won by the Oilers, but the Ducks actually take advantage. It's Beckett Seneca, got behind Draisaitl, finds an open man, shot, and a big rebound. Good save by Connor Ingram. Ducks cannot get the big, fat, juicy rebound. Seneca creates another turnover, and Kapanen is able to catch it before he does any damage. Through the neutral zone and back into the Ducks zone are the Oilers. Trouba fighting with McDavid for the puck right now. Puck to center. Ekholm. Carrying. Ducks interrupt that. McTavish. McDavid. Battle of the mix. McDavid gets upended at the blue line. No call. Oiler fans want a call. Like hell. You know what I mean? Like hell. Tugestive says it's 7:20 a.m. in Finland. Love the streams. Well, thank you so much for joining us. By the way, I figured I should ask. Can we do a check-in of all the newbies? Who is new tonight that has never been on one of these streams before? Maybe you've heard of SDPN, maybe you haven't. Who is new tonight to the streams? Oh, we got an open man. John Carlson with a shot. Connor Ingram with a big save. That shot did hit him in the chest, but it was dangerous. Ingram's been good all night. Where are the new peeps? I want to shout you guys out, and I'm hoping that you guys will come back and join us. Marquette says having to study during these games, having to study for these games during the finals has been rough. Wade Brady, it's 6:22 a.m. in Hawaii. Jared Stefanik, new person. What's up, Jared? Domino's Pizza Corporation, which I doubt is the real Domino's Pizza Corporation. Me, brand new. Well, welcome. EC Niru says hi, brand new. Jeff Park, welcome noobs. Yeah, we're very welcoming here. JM says I'm not new, but you never said hi. Well, JM, hello. I believe says my first time joining you, Adam. I'm from Malaysia. Jackie Moon, I'm new and I'm watching from Alaska. Galaxy says newbie here, and here we go. And we got Spicy Wazoo signing up for SDP VIP. Ad-free. That means every Steve Dangle podcast episode ad-free forever, as long as you hold your subscription. Welcome to all the newbies. Z6KK, welcome to you. You're brand new. Kim Jong Skills, fairly new. I lurked you on games 1 and 2. I've seen you messaging a few times, so welcome. I hope you guys keep coming back. It's nice to have you all here. Domino's Pizza Corp, greetings from Winnipeg. Is that the head office of Domino's? Also, I just got to tell you, I've already said this on the stream. I love Domino's Pizza. Just throwing that out there. 16:09 left in the third. Not a whole lot happening in this game, but in comes Leo Carlson, tries to make a move around Jake Wallman, who was able to stop that up. Troy Terry with another, turns it around. Gauthier leaves it for Carlson. Shot. Sneaky one. Carlson almost gets the rebound off the back wall, and it's out front. Wallman's got the body position on Gauthier, and I think Leo Carlson knows he missed a beautiful opportunity as he slams his stick on the ice. JM says, see you tomorrow, CTY tomorrow, Adam. See you tomorrow on the SDPN Lightning stream. You know it. Hey, so here's the deal. We had a few people tuning in from, hey, Diamond King Videos. Hello, fellow Alaskan. All right, everybody. I think it's time to do a city check-in. Where's everybody watching from today? Please drop your city and your country in the chat. All right? I want to see how far afield we can get. What kind of crazy locations do we have tonight? 15:45. I'm going to start doing. Oh, we got Bruce from Japan. Hell yeah, Bruce. Vegas, Hamilton, Rockford checking in. Powell River, the Netherlands, Ottawa, West Coast Islands, Canada, Victoria, Port Union, Scarborough. Hell yeah, that's where I grew up. Edmonton, Raleigh, Huntsville, Orange County. Yeah, of course we got an Orange County. St. Catharines, Montreal, St. Petersburg, Russia. Hello. I wish I knew how to say hello in Russian. Phoenix, Arizona, Perth, Western Australia, Manchester, Lethbridge, Broman County, Florida, Sorry, Broward County, Florida. Broman. What am I saying, Kat? Sorry about that. New Brunswick checking in. Weary Bee, Australia. I don't even know where we be. Okay. That was a bad joke. Portland, Oregon. Another Portland, Oregon. Sudbury, Connecticut, Sacramento, Anaheim, California. Of course, we got Anaheim, California in the house. Barossa Valley, Australia. No idea where that is. Anchorage, Alaska. Welcome to you all. People from all around the world. I love it. 14:52 left. Ducks trying to get something going in the Oilers zone. They do have possession. It's Ryan Poehling, the overtime hero from last game, and that puck goes off of Darnell Nurse, but Connor Ingram's got it. It was dangerous, but he got it. La Crosse, Wisconsin, Rochester, New York, Miami, Florida, back at it again as if we never left. St. Petersburg, Russia is the sister city of St. Petersburg, Florida. There you go. Pretzel Hunt says, I'm on a boat. Good for you. Good for you. Although night driving a boat is kind of scary. Travel with Carter says he's in Shanghai. Now, Carter, I believe you because your name is Travel with Carter. I believe says Puchong, Malaysia. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Puchong? Tagestive says, I've been lurking since the Leafs Habs series in 2021. Love the pod. Got my older brother hooked as well, Adam, and you're our favorite SDPN. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's great to have you guys all here. Ducks not able to get the offense I think they're looking for. You're seeing the shot counter go up for the Ducks. And, this happens when a team is far behind. They start to play extremely aggressive hockey because they can. And the other team can't really afford to let them back in the game. So you're going to see the Ducks shot counter probably explode a little bit here. But they're not getting the quality rebounds. What they've been able to really take advantage of is like 2-on-1s, fast break plays, and rebounds, and they haven't been able to do any of that tonight, except for that one Alex Killorn goal, which was on a fast break. Is that whistle dead? Hand pass. Okay, I was like, what happened there? Emo Jalapeno, if you're new, welcome to the most chill and entertaining sports community ever. Doesn't matter who you root for, it's always a good time. Thank you, Emo Jalapeno. That's what we like to do. We call this Gripper Nation because I once showed my feet on the stream. I did it for free. And so since then, it's been Gripper Nation. It's an awkward name, I'm not going to lie to you. But Gripper Nation, we welcome everybody. And do I have a foot fetish? I do not. But it's kind of funny to say anyway. Gripper Nation. Hayden Phelan dropping a 279 super chat, but not saying anything. Hayden, if you have something to say, you feel free to drop that in the chat box. Otherwise, we appreciate your super. $14 minutes left in this game. Ducks desperately needing a goal early. Big save by Ville Husso. Although the entire fourth line of the Edmonton Oilers just showed up inches from the face of Ville Husso after he makes that play, and the Ducks are forced to get in and move him out of the way. That's Dickinson. That's Doc. They're just Szymanski. I haven't seen him play a lot tonight. Patrick Kelly says that's gross. You know what, Patrick? That's the point. Maple Dogs 82 says Gripper Nation, sponsored by Epsom salts. Exactly. When your grippers are sore, dip them. Grip them and dip them. You know what I'm saying? Nader Gator said, I wasn't expecting foot talk during the stream. Are you upset, though? Hayden Phelan, sorry. Adam, how excited are we for the Miami Grand Prix? Go Max. Very excited for the Miami Grand Prix. Yeah, Hayden, you are very, very lucky that Justin Fisher, who runs a lot of Steve's chats, is not here with us right now because he's very anti-Max. He is a big Lewis guy, very anti-Max, but I'm very, very, very excited. Very excited for the Miami Grand Prix because we're finally getting Formula One racing back. And we'll see if they make those tweaks to the rules to make the racing and especially the qualifying a little bit better. We'll see. Oh, the Moose says, I have Miami GP tickets. Let's effing go. So jealous. Oh, If you see our boy Tim Haraney down there, you wave to him. And Nelson Valkenburg is going to be there as well. He does the calling for Viaplay in the Netherlands. I saw a couple people here are from the Netherlands. Maybe you've heard of Nelson Valkenburg. Nelson is regularly on our show, and he's awesome. We love Nelson. Oh, lots of Max fans in here. Nader Gator says, let's go Haas. Yeah. Maple Dog says, ask Tim if he's a card-carrying member of Gripper Nation. You know, I have never asked him that. And I feel like he'd be very uncomfortable with the question. But again, it's kind of the point, right? All right, here we go. Oh, big hit at the Oiler blue line delivered by Connor Murphy. I didn't see who won. I think it was Troy Terry. Big hit. Gauthier with a shot. It bounces over to Terry. Terry down low to Leo Carlson. And the puck kind of gets past all the Ducks players. Husso out to play it. Oilers changing. There's a bit of an opportunity here. Lacombe, shot by Carlson. And, hey, Connor Ingram, who's been sharp all night, saw that the whole way. Jacob Hope says, when do we get little business cards for Gripper Nation? You know what? Not the worst promotional idea ever. Like, if we do live shows, should I just be out there handing out Gripper Nation cards to people? That's kind of funny. Somebody said, what are the shots, Adam Nader? It is 25-19 for the Ducks. Granlund, who's been really good all night on the faceoff dot. This is his most important faceoff of the game, and they are kicking him out. That's a problem. In comes Alex Killorn. Not as good in the faceoff dot. Somebody just said those business cards need to be scratch and sniff, and you guys are, wow. The linesman dropped the puck. Killorn hadn't even lined up yet, and he's complaining to the linesman, and we got an icing here. Hyman almost beats it out, and the fans are pissed. So I guess Granlund is going to get another opportunity here. Ooh, Trent Frederick took a block shot. Was that Trent Frederick? No, that's Podkolzin. No, that's not Podkolzin. That's Roslovic. You could tell I have not slept a lot this week. Wow. Okay. Seneca gets the puck intercepted. Ooh, that's a rough pass. Ducks are just, they're just off tonight. I can't tell if it's the Oilers playing great, which they are, or the Ducks playing not great, which they are also not playing great. I could have said that better, but whatever. It's almost 1 a.m. here. Seneca with a shot. And that shot, I believe, was either tipped or tipped out by Mr. Connor Ingram. Garfield Stormcaster says, I mean, sleep is overrated when it comes to the playoffs. You're correct. I just need to get through tomorrow. Like, I'm doing the, well, it's today, actually. So doing Nailing the Apex at 8, Steve Dangle Podcast at 9, Steve Dangle Podcast VIP at 11, Alan Walsh at noon, and then I'm going to go home, grab a quick nap, and take my daughter to soccer practice. And then I'm going to watch Steve Dangle do the Montreal Canadiens Tampa Bay series. And it's just been great. So, SDPN is the pedicure for all life's troubles. So, thank you. I like this. See? I like how into the feet you guys are getting. You're standing on business, you might say. Giggling Cat, instead of business cards, you guys should get SDPN branded sticky, stretchy feet toys. Steve would be appalled, and that would make it worth it. Where do we get those? I don't even know if I can visualize what you're talking about. Cat, how did you find Cat? Is there something you want to tell us? Ducks pushing through the center ice zone here, and the Oilers are just clogging it up again. They're just a problem, man. Who's the better playoff performer, Connor Ingram or Brandon Ingram? I don't know. The Raptors play tomorrow, don't they? I think Connor Ingram's going to get it for now. Not that the Raptors haven't surprised and come back in the series. Nice shot in by the Ducks. Lacombe misses it at the blue line, and it goes back into the Ducks zone. Lacombe, the playoff leader in points, breaks in, tries to do a little hero ball. The Oilers kind of muscle him out. Cookie Doo says, Adam, are you a Ducks fan or an Oilers fan? I am a fan of playoff hockey. I am going to be loud if the Ducks score. I'm going to be loud if the Oilers score. To me, it's about just enjoying it because my team is out, so I don't have to panic. Granlund, cross the blue line to Terry. Terry leaves it for Carlson. Carlson, puck bouncing all over the place. He's able to handle it, and he gets his puck intercepted by Jake Wallman. And Wallman is just talking shit to Cutter Gauthier. Just yelling at him. Just standing over him. This is good. Yeah, I believe in the neutrality. I will say this. So here's how even I am. I said, and everybody called me crazy, that I said earlier this year, before the season started, Ducks are making the playoffs. I was right. But I did say at the start of the playoffs, I love the Ducks, and I love the season they put together, but the Oilers, I believe, are winning this series. So I have picked these two teams at different parts of the year. So I feel like I'm pretty neutral there. But I did think the Oilers had the edge going in, but so did everybody else. Giggling Cat, I work in healthcare supply chain. For the children gets you to weird places, but you would get them from Smile Makers or Oriental Traders. Oh, wow, what a save by Connor Ingram off Minchikov. Ingram's been excellent. Maybe it was the right thing to just give him a rest the other night. I didn't think Jari was that bad, to be honest. So when I got a message from Hayden earlier today, wow, what a glove save a la Patrick Waugh mid-90s right there. I don't even know if that puck was going in the net, but it was still a sexy save. Granlund now pissed at the linesman. Linesman dropped the puck. Granlund didn't even move his stick. That's two Duck players essentially within a couple of minutes looking at the linesman going, are you going to drop this fairly or what? Minchikov fighting off Hyman. Nuge with Granlund. Oilers full court press. They've been full court press all game because guess what? They are fighting for their playoff lives right now. Only one time in Oiler history have they ever come back from being down 3-1, and that was against the Colorado Avalanche a very long time ago. I think it was 97. And that was, I remember watching that. That was a series that really, one of the series that really got me into hockey. The Leafs were not good that year. Surprise, surprise. But I was a Leaf fan, and I was watching that series, and the goalie in it, Curtis Joseph, future Leaf. Gauthier tried to get the puck out front, and he unfortunately gave it to number 97. McDavid rushed the puck up the ice, but he was able to have that interfered with. Trouba collects it back at the Duck zone. Troy Terry flips the puck in. Ekholm fires it back out. Ducks are not fast enough when they are dumping and chasing. Not able to get possession or maintain possession. .9:18 left. Puck into the bench. Oh boy. Time, not the friend of the Ducks. You know, if this is a 2-goal lead, it would seem a lot more plausible for a comeback here, especially the way the first few games went of this series. But the Oilers look really good. Very, very strong work. Hayden says the Ice District is so cool. Yeah, you know what? It's amazing. And the smart thing was they planned it this way. This is the way it was supposed to be. Whereas I remember when they made Scotiabank Arena here in Toronto, it was just like a bunch of parking lots around there, and they had the opportunity to do this, but they didn't have the vision to do it. And by the time they were like, oh, we should put like stuff people want to go to around the arena, they'd already built up 1 million condos. It's kind of a bummer. It makes for an unsatisfactory spot to hang out. But I got a really good view of it last year. We were doing a big Sport Check integration, and there's a Sport Check right at Maple Leaf Square. and it overlooks the whole square. And it was pretty cool watching people watch the game. Be like rain and snow and sleet, and it was the Ottawa Toronto series in the first round last year. And those fans would be like when the Leafs did score, it was crazy, but it was nowhere near as big or as crazy as you see in Edmonton. We have to everything in Toronto, we got to corporatize it, make it smaller, have to pay to get in, blah blah blah. Oiler fans are just there having a good time showing up. And I really that's the part like people forget 2013, that's when the whole Maple Leaf Square thing started, and I used to just go down and show up and there'd be like 20,000 of us there. No security, no, eventually the cops started showing up, but it was just sort of a haphazard thing, and it was so much more fun. I know you can't do it all like that, but man, it's a bummer. Grand Lake Rocks, watching this series, what do you think of McTavish and Minchikov? They were in rumors for Nyes, and I sent the thing to SDPN site looking for cap reasons why the Ducks might be interested in it. I don't know. I don't know how far it got with the Ducks. It sounds like it got a lot further with the Montreal Canadiens and Buffalo Sabres for Nyes. New Jersey was also potentially in there as well. I thought Simon Nemec for Matt Nyes, a package centered around that made some sense. I have not heard the Ducks rumors, but I like Minchikov and I like McTavish. Here's the problem. Like McTavish is not overly physical. I think Minchikov's going to be a very good defenseman. They're going to need a puck mover. And they're going to need a playmaker. McTavish can do that, but can he do it at the level where he's playing with Connor McDavid every night? I don't know. Connor McDavid. Who am I talking about? Austin Matthews. He won't be playing. Connor McDavid is not going to be a Leaf in the foreseeable future. Mechman, Adam, the pit in the middle of the ice district is named Moss Pit, and it's just superfan Joey Moss. Oh, after superfan Joey Moss. Oh, I love that. That's amazing. One day I want to see that thing in person. We'll be doing these streams live from the Moss Pit. McTavish, Lacombe, the puck is in his skates. Ducks trying to get one here. Oh, they had a great opportunity. Just slightly missed by Connor Ingram, but they were not able to get that rebound out of midair. Lacombe, unfortunately, not able to keep the puck in the zone, so the Ducks have to clear. McTavish, Paling, John Carlson at the point. He gets it to Lacombe with the shot. It goes wide. VL. Back to Lacombe at the point. Kind of makes sense you'd pass it to him. He's got a lot of points in this series. Bad pass by John Carlson to Paling, and the Oilers are able to clear. 29-19 are now the shots. But again, how many of these are high danger? We got a couple in there, but we're going to need some rebounds here for the Ducks to get back in this game, and we're just not seeing them. The rebounds are there, but the Ducks are not positioned to get them. I don't think you're going to score on Connor Ingram on the first shot. I think you're going to need rebound shots to get him today. He's just locked in. Oh, big hit by Jake Trouba. Play goes on. It was clean. Hines from the point shot. Oh, rebound again. And the Ducks just miss out. It was VL going for it, or VL, excuse me. Hines behind the net. Granlund. Ducks mid-change. It's Granlund working his way in. Oilers strip the puck from him. It's McDavid. He's able to clear. Seneca gets tripped up by Roslovic at the blue line. Not tripped up. It was a good hit. It was actually a good hit. Ducks are still pushing. Killorn bounces in. Ingram's got it, and we got some pushing and shoving and some hugging around the zone, around the net, the goalie, excuse me. I don't know what happened to my my picture, guys. I'm not sure why I got all pixelated, but as long as you can hear me. What's going on here, Hayden? Huh. Okay, it could be a YouTube thing. It could be a Wi-Fi on my end thing. I'm not really sure what's happening or why. Okay. Just going to have to deal with it. I'm not really sure. I'll talk to Jesse in the morning. As long as the audio is good, we're good. Because you guys are watching the game anyway. Doing my best. Seneca. Granlund. Shot. That is blocked by Connor Murphy. Oilers just not letting the Ducks get anything going here. There are shots that are getting through, but they're not dangerous. Connor Ingram's been sharp. Lazar to Carlson. Smiling Popcorn says, is Hags the best and most complete player in the NHL? Yes or yes? Hags? Who are you talking about? Hag? Oh, Hagel? Is he the most complete player in the NHL? No. Is he top 10? Absolutely. I think most complete player in the NHL, Nathan McKinnon, for my money. Maybe Nikita Kucherov. It was Sidney Crosby, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Connor McDavid, who's the best player in the NHL. Leon's up there too, like, you know what I mean? Complete. Hags does it all for sure, but yeah, slash Nathan McKinnon or Nikita Kucherov. See what happens. Hagel, whatever Hagel will do to you, they'll do to you too. Grand Lake Rocks, McTavish. Oh, used to play 2C before the contract issues and down years, so I think the idea of him as a 2C would be a part of the package. Okay, I'd be down. The Leafs would still have work to do, though. All right. I am still pixelated, and I don't know why. Stream health. I'm going to check it. So what it's telling me is the stream's current bit rate is higher than the recommended bit rate. We recommend that you use a bit rate at roughly half. What does that mean, Hayden? I don't know anything about computers. Okay. All right. It's telling me it's too good. Okay, I'm smoothing out. Good. Great. Fabulous. Hey, listen, it's live. It's not always going to be high. When there's live, there's technical issues, man. Smiling Popcorn says, nah, Cooch ain't there. I'm a Bolts fan. I effing love Hags. He plays every shift like it was his last. So, okay, if we're talking about the most effort per shift, Brandon Hagel, all day. I miss seeing Steve in the press box. Much love, Adam. Hey, thanks so much, Popcorn. Listen, I think Brandon Hagel would win the effort Olympics. That guy has got it's like him and Zach Hyman. Just motor for days. I would put Travis Konechny sneakily in there too. Yeah, Hayden was said he was just going to say that too. Those types of guys, and I think Hagel is probably the best of those guys. But yeah, there's just, it's not that Hagel doesn't have talent. He's got extreme talent, clearly. But with Hyman too, those guys were like really not paid attention to. Like Hyman was a late round pick. Hagel was like invited to Montreal Canadiens development camp. You know, Sabres missed out on him too. Chicago traded him when he had a 37-point season. Like, it's kind of wild. Oh, yeah, people saying Podkolzin too. Yeah, Podkolzin is a 10 out of 10 effort guy. Paling wins the faceoff draw. It's the fourth line for the Ducks. Fighting and fighting and fighting. There's some rough stuff behind the play there. Moore got his head smashed against the ice a couple of times. Gently smashed, but still smashed. Vale to Lacombe. Carlson, shot! Oh, there was a great rebound there, but the Oilers are able to clear it, and with 5 minutes to go, the Ducks are pulling the goalie. Seneca. Oh. Wait, why did Seneca hit like that? What happened there? I guess he just got hit harder than it looked on TV. 6-on-5, and it has been 6-on-5 for about 30 seconds already. You might say it's early to pull the goalie, but why not? Lacombe at the point, gets it in. Seneca. And those Oiler fans are loud right now. Killorn tried to get it. I think this might be it. Kapanen is away. He's got the puck. Oh, Ducks come back with it. Almost give it away again. And it's Granlund through center. Kreider leaves it for Cutter Gauthier. Gauthier across. Oh, he had a great play lined up. And I don't see who missed it. It might have been Beckett Seneca. And it just rolled off his stick at the last minute. Ducks calming the play, bringing out a new line, trying to get things going. They have a ton of offensive weapons. You know, that's the thing with the Ducks, right? Embarrassment of riches. They can just roll out 2 6-on-5 lines and score. Like Leo Carlson just got on the ice. He breaks in. He finds point. It's Hines now. Oilers are clogging the interior of the ice here. Gauthier with a shot. Stick breaks. He's going to race to the net. Race back, to the boards. To the boards. Oh, my God. The bench to get a stick. And there he is back on the ice. It's Killorn. Puck stays in. It's Jake Trouba keeping it in. Carlson tries to keep it in. And the Ducks are going to have to change again. 2:56 left. Ducks net has been open, wide open, for 2 minutes and 30 seconds already. Are we going back to Anaheim? It sure looks that way. Oh, and the Ducks have too many men on the ice. Oh, no. Oh, no. Quinville's saying no, no, no. And the fans are going bonkers. It's wild in there. Oh, Bouchard caught Seneca up high. Wow, good hit by Bouchard. And poor Cutter Gauthier. His stick breaks like it's Vlad Guerrero Jr. trying to hit a home run. Just snapped it. What happened here? Yep, 7 guys. Hi, Xavier. Well, after 4, we had a boring one. Fun stream. Well, thank you, hi, Xavier. Stream's not done yet. Let's see what happens. I don't think they're coming back, but hey, might as well hang out. We made it this far, didn't we? By the way, thank you to everybody who stuck around this whole stream or come in or whatever. If you've hung out for even 10 seconds, I love having you here. I will, but I can't do it yet. I'll get to those super chats, kids. Don't you worry. All right, here I can get to one. Smiling Popcorn. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your flow. You didn't interrupt my flow. It's all good. Hope you had a great night. I'm still going to cheer for Hags all day. Truly a great night. Tell Steve I miss him. Go see Steve on the stream tomorrow night. Habs Lightning. It's going to be a monster game. Who's going to get the 3rd win of the series? Somebody's got to. Draisaitl. Back to the point. Bouchard from Wallman. Draisaitl again. Back to the point. It's Wallman to Bouchard. Bouchard down low to McDavid. Oilers just sort of playing with it right now. Hyman. This is just, the Oilers are not even trying to shoot. They're just kill the clock, keep possession, keep passing it around. It's practice. We're just warming up. And Trouba fires the puck out, and the Ducks are going to get possession here. VL jumps that puck in, and there's 1:05 left on this power play. Denise Campbell, first DeBears, now DeBoards. Molson 12 says, hey, Adam, I've been meaning to ask you. Just haven't found the right word. So have you ever stopped to think and then forgot to start again? Oh, my God. Listen, if you've been hanging out with me on the stream tonight, you know that I have stopped to think and then forgotten to restart. 90 seconds left in this game. The Oilers, top to tail, put in an incredible effort. This is the best playoff game that they've played this year. Bar none, it ain't close. They were spectacular tonight. Chat while drinking tea. Love your streams, Adam. You're kind. God bless you. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for coming in. 1 minute to go in this game. Power play almost over. Oiler fans on their feet. Some people leaving for traffic. You know what? I think that's disrespectful. After the show that these guys put on for you, sit in traffic for a little bit. Give them a round of applause because they gave you a great Game 5. The Oilers are going home tonight, but they're going to wake up tomorrow, get on a plane, and go to Southern California and play Game 6. That wasn't a foregone conclusion, but the Edmonton Oilers, top to tail in this game, were dominant. And you're going to see people tomorrow go, but look at the shot counter. Don't listen to them. You were here. You saw the game. You saw the quality of shots the Ducks were getting. That's all the Edmonton Oilers, shutting them down in the neutral zone, keeping them to the outside on the power play. Monster game from Connor Ingram, too. Sharp as a tack. Excellent work. Guys, this series just keeps getting better. It's been a great series so far. It's just got more exciting. We got a Game 6 in Anaheim. I will see you guys on Thursday night. We don't know what time the stream's going to be. I don't think they've released the time, but yeah. Giggling Cat, love you all, but I'm out of here the second this game ends. Good night, chat. Cat, thank you for tuning in. You know what, guys? I'm not going to delay things. I'm just going to say this. Excellent game from the Oilers. Thank you for tuning in. Thursday, Game 6. Come and hang out with me. Tell all your friends. Get in here because this is going to be one of the most interesting games of the entire National Hockey League season. Are the Stanley Cup Stanley Cup finalists from the last 2 years able to keep themselves alive and push it to a Game 7 in Edmonton? Or will the kids, the Ducks, who are literal children, unseat the Oilers and go on a run? It's going to be fun either way. Mechman says, in the midst of It's So Over, I found it within me, and Invincible, we are so back. And if you're an Oiler fan, you must feel that you are very back. So I'm going to let you go. Congratulations to producer Hayden, who produced this chat tonight, who was amazing. His team won, the Minnesota Wild. They're up 3-2. And now it's 3-2, Ducks over Oilers. Big Oiler win. Love you all. Good night. See you on the SDP tomorrow morning.